I started the upload again. Oh, oh, wait a minute. That might have worked. Oh, I got it. I got it. Hot damn, boys. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I had an update to my killer, it's like the killer Wi-Fi connection or whatever. It's part of the godlike motherboard that I have. I don't know if maybe that's jacking with shit. I don't know. Something is obviously up. I don't know what it is. Like, OBS is bouncing around all over the place. So I can't use that. It's saying that I'm dropping 65.3% of all my frames. Like, OBS is completely cooked. I don't know. I can't tell. Is it working? I'm moving, but there's no sound. Oh, wait, no, that ain't right. There's no sound? What do you mean there's no sound? Kush can hear me? You hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Wade, but no video sound. Oh, there's no video playing. There's no video in the background. There's no video playing yet here. Yeah, that works. Right? Everything working fine? We not lagging up? Nothing crazy? What a fucking morning, bro. It's been a morning. I've been put through the ringer this morning, boys. I don't even want to talk about it. It's not even just YouTube side of things, man. It has just been a morning. Yeah, we all good now? Okay. Okay. Oh my god. W chat, bro. Like, y'all are awesome, by the way. The fact that y'all putting up with this bullshit and still showing up, man. Man, I gotta give my hat to y'all, man. We gonna have one hell of a giveaway. I'm gonna tell you that much. Ain't gonna be none of this fucking bullshit. You guys just stick around. Y'all just keep sticking around here. I'm gonna be giving out some shit. Watch. Y'all just watch. When I start making the good money, I'm gonna start sharing that wealth. Ain't gonna be like these other pussy ass YouTubers. And what I wanna do is whenever I start getting really big where I can make people blow up like Asmongold, I wanna bring people on, not necessarily like as a co-host, but I wanna bring up people's YouTube channels and react to their stuff and send all the views their way. You know? That's kind of like the end goal is to help people pop off on YouTube. Let's see. I need Kick's dashboard. I need X's dashboard. Let me pull that shit up too. I got Rumble pulled up. I got Twitch. I need to pull out the chat for this fucking shit. I got Rumble. Watch and earn 1x entry. What is that? I gotta pull up X's dashboard. Okay. If for whatever reason it starts lagging, let me know. I can't tell what's going on my end. The bit rate is jumping around. It's going from like 1,000 to 6,000. Choose not to give you your action figure a mullet. Should be good. We should be good. I made a mistake of updating this pile of dog shit computer yesterday, and I got debated by OBS all morning. I'm not a happy camper. I want someone to yell at, so let's get into some shit. We're gonna stay. My God, dude, that really took an hour. We'll stay live for an extra hour. How about that? I wanted to do the fish today, but we're gonna have to cut that. So we'll go until what was it, like 11, so like 12:30. I keep forgetting what I'm doing, bro. fucking piece of shit. I'm so upset. You have no idea. Okay. Give me 1 second to grab a soda because I threw mine out of anger. I hit my desk and then it fell over, so I picked it up and threw it across the room. I told it to get the fuck out of my way, so it got the fuck out of my way. Oh. God damn it. Hold on. I forgot to pull. You know what? I don't think. Is there anything that I could leak on this page? Yes, there is. Fuck! Oh! Give me a second. I got to close that, and the screen's gonna go black for a second. I gotta open up the other chat. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. My apologies. I forgot to open up the other chat on this. We are almost done. I literally had to restart from scratch on everything. Oh, wait. Exit, and then go to this one. Oh. Click the wrong goddamn one, too. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. Okay, let me get the chat. I'm popping the chat out right now. Okay. Hopefully we can have a good rest of the morning and into the evening. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Okay. I got my sody. I got my my addiction is about to be fed. I got all the good things. Okay, so now we can go back. Let me pull up the screen and fix this. Okay, or not. That's fine too. I did close that, right? Sure. Okay, there we go. We are cooking. Finally! Finally, we can do things! We can do the things now! I don't really think there's anything that... Oh, look, here's that Galactic Racer thing that a lot of people are going to be super hyped about, but I'm not because I'm not a Star Wars fan. Star Wars fans, though. Hopefully, the new director of that entire franchise won't turn it into a steaming pile of horseshit. We are back, boys. I felt really good this morning, and now I'm just super panicked. This looks really cool. What is this? Okay, we got 2 games. Rey is the worst Jedi. I've heard a lot of people say the exact same thing. That's cool. I can sense the copyright. My copyright senses are tingling. Not even a sense to have. Not even a point to having the sound on if all it is music anyway. There's no talking. I think that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I might end up playing this game at some point. I'm not a big racing fan though. Like racing just isn't my thing.
Since the beginning of time, these lands have endured.
Okay. W.
Each dawn marks a new turning. For the living and the dead.
You know that boss is about to be a dickhead, bro. Look at that boss. That's a boss. 100% that's a boss.
The cycle continues. And with it,
that kind of looks a little bit like Skyrim, doesn't it?
the darkness rises.
Let me find out. Oh, that is sick. It's just like FormSoft's new game. You know what really sucks is that, from what I understand, FromSoft is no longer going to make games like Elden Ring. They're going to start making mech games only, like exclusively.
Who will stand against it?
The meat sounds, bro. The meat sounds. Who decided the meat sounds? The game looks really cool. I love the loot system. Maybe, like, instead of, like, the wet meat slapping against the ground, like, if they have armor, you make, like, the clacking noise like it's hitting their armor, you know? Or, like, the clacking slash noise, because, like, I always thought that was really satisfying, like in Skyrim, whenever you would hit somebody with armor, and you could tell whenever, like, whenever you hit something with a sword that has armor in Skyrim, it would make the satisfying, like, slash noise, like it kind of like, for example, it pierced the armor. I guess this is the best way I could describe it. It sounds like you pierce the armor and you hit the person whenever you hit them. I like that sound a lot. It's very satisfying. Like a piercing sound. Because, like, if it's just a ding, you know that it's not gonna, like, do any damage, right? That's cool. Low-key, this looks like Skyrim. Aether Circle. This looks really good. That looked really good. I'm very impressed with that. I like the idea with the magic as well. We need more games that, like, use magic. Here we go.
Hit me. That's hard.
I finally finished off this last season of Invincible. So fucking good. I enjoyed it.
Hard as you can.
Waiting until the next season.
It certainly seems like we've entered the era of the tag fighter. We've got 2XKO repping 2v2 tag action, Marvel Tokon fighting Souls plans to introduce the world to a 4.
Maybe you should just play the game and enjoy it and stop trying to compare it to other games. Every fighting game is going to be the same, my guy. Like,
4v4 fighter later this year, and
we all know.
Invincible Versus, representing a more familiar 3v3 structure. Developed by Quarter Up, a team comprised of much of the core group that developed 2013's fantastic Killer Instinct reboot, Invincible Versus is a fast-paced, hard-hitting, extremely mechanics-driven successor of sorts to Killer Instinct's unique style of 2D fighting. That style may be polarizing for many, and its ancillary modes are a bit underwhelming outside of an impressive, but very brief story mode. All of this makes it another tough tag fighting contender, but one that's far from interaction. The attacker
This is a review, right? It says review. I'm not getting jebaited this time.
needs to focus on building their combo while keeping an eye on a meter to make sure that it doesn't fill up all the way. Otherwise, that combo will drop.
Did you ever see It Yet? It Yet? As in, like, the TV show or the movies? Which one?
The person getting comboed wants to keep an eye on that
What are you referring to whenever you say It? Like the movie It? Or like, what are you talking about?
meter too, because as it fills up, the other player is going to want to look to reduce it. And the main way to do that is by tagging their teammate in. However, if the defender is able to react to that tag before they get hit,
You watch Invincible on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you'll get Amazon Prime Video, and you can watch it for free on that. If the new season comes out, you could buy all the episodes and watch them as well. But Amazon is where you watch it.
counterattack.
If you have not seen Invincible, I absolutely 1000% recommend Invincible. It is such a phenomenal TV show. It is not an anime, but it is based on a really, really well-selling comic book franchise.
Which will halt the combo and reset the situation back to a neutral state. But here's where the mind game comes in.
Think, Mark.
Let's say I'm comboing my opponent and I think they
I don't know. To what? Like the actual, okay. So are we talking about Star Wars or are we talking about the movie It? Like IT, right? Like with the clown. Oh, morning, Fox Crusader. Morgan, Megabyte. You missed our wonderful fun time this morning. Homeland on Netflix. He is talking about a figure he dropped in Discord. Oh! Oh! Let me see. Oh, that's fucking sick. What? What is that from, though? I think the head's a little big. Trying to call me big brain, is that it? I'm big brain, bro. That looks really fucking sick, though. Yo, low key, I kind of pulled that off. I need to get that jump. I need that, bro. Fully custom. That's badass. Oh, so you made it from scratch. Oh, that's fucking sick. Oh, you made me like dude. I'm like, the more I look at it, the more I'm liking it. So I'm kind of like Adam Smasher. Hell yeah, bro. Oh, it's like the Terminator too. I gotta stop looking at this. I gotta stop looking at this, bro.
Might use a counter tag. I
know who I'm going to if I need any merch made, though. Damn, that looks good, bro.
Their timing, or I can do a hard call out by feinting the tag altogether, which will leave my opponent wide open if they fell for the bait.
I gotta stop looking at it because I'm gonna keep staring at it and noticing more things about it.
Then I'm the one that gets left completely vulnerable, and the tables turn. When all of this works as intended in a match between two players that both...
If you're into the big, if you really like Invincible and you're into the big fighter genre, I'm probably gonna link down in the description of this video where you can, like, get the game, this game, and you could purchase it or whatever, and whatever you purchase will give you a little bit of kickback and tell YouTube that y'all like me. So if y'all want to get this game, I would definitely, just click on the links that I'll have in either the stream after I'm done or in the description of the video that I make out of this. So
know about the existence of this little mini game, meaning they played the tutorial. It's awesome. Successfully baiting out that counter tag with a feint is incredibly satisfying, and it's also nice to feel like you still have.
I'm not gonna lie though, the last episode of the season was a little unfulfilling. I wanted more, but I hope that maybe the next season will get more.
Chance to escape a long combo if you're able to make the right reads. Counter tags aren't the only way to break combos either. If you're desperate or the opponent simply isn't tagging to even give you the opportunity, you could use an assist breaker. But that does come at the steep cost of 2 bars of meter, a lengthy cooldown on your assists, and 50% of the health of one of your assist characters,
Jesus.
which will refill as long as you're not tagged in.
So you mean to tell me, oh, so you can tag out members and they heal health? That's kind of cool. Wait a minute. I didn't know that. But, like, you can tag somebody in if you're getting your ass handed to you. And then, like, you use 50% of their health. You go on cooldown. And it uses 2 of your special bars. That's steep.
Blunt, I hate this mechanic in its current state. In most fighting games, this kind of get-out-of-jail-free card is only usable once a round. Or maybe even once every 2 rounds, because being able to break out of an opponent's combo is incredibly strong. But here, not only is it uncapped, each character has 3 bars of meter that are full right from the start. What that often means is I'll start a combo, they'll assist break, we'll fight for a bit while their assists are on cooldown, and maybe I'll manage to land a snapback to forcibly tag.
I think that's kind of cool. Like, I know that he doesn't like it because it, like, you can fill it up and then you get off of cooldown and you can do another assist break. An assist break is whenever you're getting comboed on, and like in Mortal Kombat, you were able to have. Now this was old school Mortal Kombat, like I'm talking before the PlayStation 3 era, boys. We're talking PlayStation 2 era. That's how long it's been since I played a fighter game. You would get 3. They called them combo breakers. You would get 3 combo breakers, and it was like L1 R1, and then you would break the combo, and you could only do that 3 times per match. So, like, I kind of like the idea of being able to do it multiple times because, like, if a game is... Here's the thing with that I've noticed with Invincible is that the combos that you can pull out of the gate without having to do like so. Let me turn. No, stop it! Stop it! What happened? Stop it!
That cooldown.
Stop it! Why is it doing this?
They just do.
So, in most fighter games, and it's been a while, whenever you start punching, you don't go right into the combo. You have to like lead up to it. Like the more you fill your bar with more punches, the stronger you get, the more combos you can do. Da 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 da. It's like a domino effect. But like whenever it comes to Invincible, you can immediately start bringing in your. So like you see how there's 3 health bars. When there's 3 health bars, which means there's 2 other people that could fight for you if this character goes out, right? And the way this game works, the mechanic is that you automatically pull somebody in to chain combos. So like you could be mid-combo with one character, pull in another character, and then you combo with that character, you go to the next character, you combo, next character combo. So there needs to be a way to break that chain, otherwise you're just going to get juggled the whole match. That's why they did it. And I understand why they did it. I just don't understand why IGN isn't saying that's why they did it.
Another assist break because their other characters have been patiently waiting with 3 full bars of their own. Granted, this likely won't happen against opponents who understand that they are literally killing their own characters every time they break a combo this way. But whenever I was matched up against
Thirsty
someone who
Thursday,
didn't
huh?
realize this, which was very common throughout both the open beta and the limited pre-launch time that I got online with the full game, it just dragged out the match. Dragging out the match is additionally frustrating because when the timer runs out, the person with the most combined health among their characters doesn't just win the match. Instead, there's a sudden death between the 2 active characters where their health bars are restored based on the life of the remaining inactive fighters, and both players are afflicted by constant damage over time. It just feels...
That's really cool, actually. I kind of like the idea behind that. So if your character, like, so if the timer ticks down and you still have character health, then they all combine their health, 2 of them get knocked out, and then you constantly lose health.
Kind of bad to have the lead when the time runs out, and then still potentially lose the whole thing based on one interaction.
Learn your place.
Based on one interaction? Wait. Hold on, guy. Based on one interaction? If that's not what that teeters on at all. Your health gets restored based on your characters that are still alive. Like, their health bars will fill yours whenever the timer ticks down. It's not one interaction, it's how well you've done the entire match. What? How are these guys still in business? I don't get it. Like, I can understand if the other 2 characters that you had immediately died and you didn't get their health, but you get the health added to the character you're playing as. What do you mean?
Constant damage over time. It just feels kind of bad to have the lead when the time runs out, and then still potentially lose the whole thing based on one interaction.
Learn your place.
I think I really like the idea with this game. So, like, it's not a... I think that what Invincible did with this game is a great idea. Because it made it to where it was more Rocky style, like Rocky Balboa, where you have to outlast your opponent, and then you have to combo kill them, right? So, like, that's where the juggling comes in, is whenever you are down to 1 health bar, and the timer's ticking, you're constantly losing health, it forces that aggro and aggression, like, it forces you to fight, it forces you to really think on your feet. I think that this is a great idea. I think that that's an amazing idea. I do.
As for how the action actually feels, it's pretty stiff. It's very much in the same vein as Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct, so you'll probably feel right at home if you're used to those games. But as someone who prefers the smoother movement and animations of games like Guilty Gear Strive, 2XKO, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and Street Fighter 6, it did take me quite a while to warm up to how characters in Invincible Versus get around. On the plus side, Quarter Up did a really great job of making the 18 fighters that are available at launch feel like their TV show counterparts. The ones that are supposed to feel fast feel light and fast. And the ones that are supposed to hit hard hit extremely hard.
Consider this mercy!
Damn!
Then you've got wild cards like Cecil, who's able to teleport around the screen like a madman and hit from just about every angle
Yeah.
thanks to his arsenal of weaponry and army of zombie cyborgs. The sheer amount of armored moves on characters like Monster Girl and Titan can be pretty obnoxious, and getting in on Rex can feel like a nightmare if he's in the hands of a good player, but
Yo,
in
how is this
general,
17 minutes long? Jesus fucking Christ. How is this 17
great
minutes
spread of
long?
distinct and interesting plays. Foremost, you'll be happy to know that there's a full-on story mode here that features an original story co-written by Quarter Up's narrative director Mike Rogers and
Yo, W. Let's go. There's actually a campaign.
Helen Lay, who's a writer and producer on the Amazon Prime show, along with involvement from series creator Robert Kirkman. That often
Damn, so there's actually like some back narrative to this. That's cool. So they have the actual director or director that is working on the TV show.
Steve goes a long way in making this compact campaign feel a bit like a filler episode of the actual show.
I think it was Charlie said that the animations for the show look like shit, and I'm like, what? I think the animations for the show are amazing.
never aired. A quick warning that I'll avoid spoilers for the story, but there will be some unavoidable ones from the show for those who haven't seen at least the first few seasons. But you really need that context to appreciate what's going on here in general. It begins with a strange scene. Invincible in the middle of a fight with Omni-Man. Only this isn't a flashback to their season 1 showdown or anything. Omni-Man is in a traditional Viltrumite uniform, he's teamed up with Lucan and Thula, and it's hard to shake the feeling that things are just a bit off through the entire first third of the story. I won't say more than that, but it was fun to piece together things on my own as Mark tries.
Bro, you have to give people a reason to play the game. Like, you have to, like, change things up, you know? Make it different. So that way people don't feel like they're just watching the show again. What do you, dude?
to do so himself. The story mode is only an hour long, and while that is short by any measure, even for a fighting game campaign, it is at least well paced, and the fights between various characters never feel forced. Every fight is well contextualized, makes sense narratively, and never drags down the pace of the plot. The cutscenes themselves are excellent as well, utilizing the same animation on 2 style that the Spider-Verse movies employ to great effect. Most of the voice cast from the show is accounted for and do an excellent job. And even the people brought in to cover for the actors that didn't reprise their roles are fantastic as well. Like, listen to this and tell me that doesn't sound exactly like Steven Yeun.
I looked up to you my whole life, but you're just a lying piece of shit.
The biggest issue with the story mode, though, isn't its length, it's the fact that it ends without a real conclusion. Again, without
Bro, the show's not over yet. I mean, the comics, I think they are, but the show's not over yet, man. What the hell are you on about?
going into spoilers, it all wraps up on a pretty unsatisfying cliffhanger. Hopefully there's a free DLC continuation in the works, because otherwise, this is just an hour-long episode of build-up with no actual payoff. The rest of Invincible Versus meets the standards of a modern fighting game, but never exceeds them. There's a traditional arcade story mode with short, occasionally amusing character endings, but fighting against the CPU feels uniquely bad in a game that's so built around conditioning and baiting your opponent. There's a fairly basic—
I don't think for a second this game was built around the main campaign or the CPU usage. I guarantee you this game was made to cater to a lot of people that do fighting games online only. I'd imagine a lot of them aren't even going to touch the damn the single player campaign.
training mode, but no combo trials and no character guides. There's a replay viewer to watch your own recent and saved matches, but no way to search for replays from other players. Nor is there replay takeover to try to lab out a solution to a problem.
Replay takeover? What the fuck is this? Whatever happened to just playing the damn game, bro? Like, what you talking about, replays? You can see your own replays, but you can't look up replay stuff. Who cares about this crap? Who actually cares? Does anybody care about this?
In a match. At least there are some cool rewards for leveling up each character. There are more than 300 customizable—
Hey, who cares about this crap?
Covering badges,
Bro,
titles—
who pulls up Call of Duty and is like, oh, I want to see my friend's match that he won? Who the fuck? Like, hello? Bro, there ain't enough time in the day to do that. What are you talking about? I'm sitting down playing a game, bro. I'm playing a game. Like, what?
backgrounds and
What?
frames, all pulled directly from both the show and the graphic novel.
Like,
The
ooh!
netcode is also stellar.
I
and that
just,
comes without
oh
any editing.
man, I just
Every
can't.
match I've played so far has been buttery smooth, both in the open beta from a few weeks ago, and during the limited amount of pre-release matches I've played against other people during this review period.
Let me just sit here and watch myself play instead of just playing the game. I'm too good for that. The fuck? Like,
Something for you. Ain't it, Jerkwad?
Invincible Versus is a very respectable 3v3 tag fire that plays unlike any
oh,
other
how's it
out
going,
there.
Kite?
It's two-way
Oh,
interactive
damn,
combo
whatever.
system
You didn't really
opens
miss
up
much,
opportunities
Gigabyte.
for exciting
I-
mind games and chances to
Man,
outthink and
I
outfear.
completely abandoned that poor chat over there, didn't I? I'm gonna have to move that chat around.
Opponent, despite the action looking and feeling quite stiff. The story mode also shines as a quick and authentic filler episode of the show, though its cliffhanger ending did leave me hoping for a DLC conclusion.
Bro, what? I've given up all hope on IGN. To give you an idea, I don't know if I can show it. Maybe I shouldn't show it. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's not do that. Let's move on from the gaming stuff. We're done with it anyway. A lot happened yesterday. Lot of crazy stuff. So
On the winery, it was all fake, and now they're investigating it.
that's right. The Ilhan Omar refinery was fake. Who could have imagined? Who would have thought that, guys? I mean, it's not like I didn't show that it was fake. It's not like other people didn't investigate it. I mean, how could we have ever known that a person that got her up and comings from
Someone I know.
massive amounts of fraud in the state that she got elected from would, you know, I mean, who would have thought, right?
The Ilhan Omar shut down the winery. It was all fake, and now they're investigating it. Oh, really?
Breaking
Yo,
news.
W2 Jules, W.
Ilhan Omar's husband's wine company has been legally dissolved. You are looking at the state
Really?
of
Oh, I didn't
California
even see that.
Wow.
W. So there's cent 100 for. So there was 2 joules. So there was megabytes for 2, and then another 2 by Drunken Gamer. Yo,
of cancellation for
W.
Est Crew comes just days after we learned that Ilhan Omar accidentally thought she was a multi-millionaire. Funny how that happened.
Oops.
Isn't that weird?
Omar amended her financial disclosure form, blaming an accounting
It
error.
was more
and
than
Omar
six.
Well, since it was an accounting error, we have to give her like 30 charges of the same things, all felonies, right? I mean, that's what they did to Trump, so it's only fair.
now
million.
values his businesses between $18,000 and $90,000.
Apparently, her people back in Somaliland really want her back so they can put her in jail. Like they want her back. She's not, so like Somaliland is a part of Somalia, I think. I think that's how that works. But it's like a place in Somalia, and it's called Somaliland.
A change that came after her finances came under
Imagine changing it from 6 million to 95,000. I mean, shit. No. You know what? Let's not.
investigation. Tom Homan says, stay tuned.
The whole file is being reviewed. A lot of smart people are on it. Stay tuned.
Why?
Woo! I like the sound of that.
Stay tuned.
The whole file is being reviewed. A lot of smart people are on it. Stay tuned.
Holman, you are a dirty dog. You dirty dog, you boy. If you get him out, if you get her out of here, bro, you gonna be hailed a hero. You get her out of here. You get her out of this country, Holman. Ooh, look at that shit eating grin, boy. He knows something. He knows something, boy. Woo!
Why was the winery valued so high in the
Yo,
first place?
W10
In
Jules.
2023, winemakers said they were not being paid.
Bro, why does this guy? I gotta give him credit, man. If he'd get away from the scamming biz, he'd probably be a good actor. He looks just like Tom Hardy. He could be Tom Hardy's brother.
An investor sued. An Est Crew had only $650 by 2024.
There are people that have tried to go out to where
Theoretically.
this winery was located. Nothing was there.
Right.
The people at the address didn't even.
Who was it that was trying to say that Ilhan Omar never owned a winery? And it's like, bruh, she paid taxes on it. What do you mean?
even know what we were talking about when we went out there.
I don't know why anybody's surprised by this.
Because it never existed in that location. Awfully
Of course she's scared. Something's obviously up with it. Well, like, you do realize that in their religion as well, you're not allowed to partake or sell wine. So, like, she even is violating her own culture by doing what she was doing. Even if, like, not her own culture, her own religion. So even by, like, if you're an American and you want to do whatever you want, and let's say you're, I don't know what religion she's in, I just know that what she was doing violates her religion. And it was like, I'm going to do it anyway. Well, that's fine. I don't really care. But how could you sit on an iron horse and preach about, you know, what's right and wrong whenever you can't even follow what's right and wrong yourself? You come up out of a state where there have been over 67 convictions of fraud widespread all over that state that are all from Somalia. And you sit there and speak in a foreign language and try to alienate the person, the Somalians in your own community and in your own state that are, against you in Somalia. It's, I mean, they literally bring their blood feud here to America and we're just expected to deal with it. It's crazy. Like, if she had actually gotten where she was at by legal means, not by doing mass imports and stuff, like, this is my opinion, I would be more okay with this. But the thing is with all the widespread fraud and all the corruption that's going on in Minneapolis, I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe that she got where she was at without some form of, like, cheating. And this is that mentality that I was telling you all about. Like, you have to completely destroy any chance these people have, like these Democrats and these people that are advocating for communism, and Hassan Piker specifically. You have to take all of them and you have to make it as hard as possible for them to get into seats, because they didn't use not only legal means, but a lot of them most likely got in their seats by cheating. I have to word this a very specific way. I feel like a lot of them got in their seats cheating. So you can't play fair against a person that's cheating. It's not going to work. You're going to lose.
Days after accounting error of millions and millions of dollars,
then it just magically gets shut down.
This entity, this wine company, ends up being dissolved. Where did millions and millions of dollars, where did that go? Did it get loaded into suitcases and...
I think I've got an idea.
Head off to Somalia? I think...
We have the same idea.
And to Todd Blanche, I'll say this to you straight. If you denaturalize and deport Ilhan Omar, you will be a national hero and I will come...
All right. I totally agree.
By the way, before people say Asman is too radical, that's literally what she was advocating for her own constituents.
Yeah, this is what I was just talking about the blood feud. That, like, this is the person she was advocating for to become, to get into political power. And she was like, yeah.
When a Somalia person comes in me, they become a serious one. We will never gain power and move forward as Somalians as long as these people live among us and we don't kick them out.
But when you look at the increase in your household wealth tied to your husband's companies, you understand why that raises questions for people watching from the outside.
Yeah, but that's again one of the
W6 Jules, W Chili's.
There is no wealth. There are ranges to businesses that he was invested in.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes. They said you reported a net worth between $6 million and $30 million, and they said your 2023 disclosure was between $40,000 and $250,000. That is a big increase, though. So you could understand why people would ask questions. Yeah. I saw that your husband was asked to turn over some documents but didn't comply. Is that true?
I've heard so many things about Ilhan Omar. I don't know how true they are. I heard that she married her brother or cousin or something to get into America. Her dad's a warlord. I've heard a lot of stuff. I don't particularly know what's true and what's not. You can't even find this lady's house to see what kind of multi-million-dollar mansion she lives in. She's very good at what she does. And, you know, obviously you have to cover your ass if you've got something to hide. You know what I'm saying?
From who?
The Department of Justice? I don't know.
The House Oversight Committee and the Government Reform Committee.
There is no oversight that the Oversight Committee has over my husband or me.
But when you look at the...
Denaturalize and deport.
That's right. That's right.
That's it.
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
Come again?
Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
Wow. That's crazy. So, I've actually got to say something about this. This should tell you that these people, these immigrants that are coming here, the ones that actually want to assimilate with our society, aren't the ones that are trying to take power and do whatever Ilhan Omar is doing. They don't care what happens to America. Like, most of them wouldn't even be here. They hate America. They're here, and the reason why they're here is because they're being paid to be here. Like, our governments are, oh, well, not our, like, not Texas, but like, for example, California or Minneapolis is using government funding to maintain their lifestyle so that way they don't go back to their country. Why aren't we doing that for Americans so that way we can improve the lifestyle that Americans need in order to function in society? I don't, like, once we do that, then we can worry about them. It just blows my mind that this is even a freaking question, man. It's crazy to me. It is. It's insanity. She doesn't even know the culture yet. She's in political power, making bills and laws that affect American lives, and she doesn't even know the culture. You don't see the issue here? Like, it's...
Do you understand why this happened? It's because she didn't understand the Roman numerals. She thought it was 11 because it was fucking Roman numerals.
Yeah, like...
I'm confident in my life choices and beliefs, then absolutely melting down over being lightly roasted for being a loser.
Bro, you were on the last Shoe on Head video. I will literally off with a gun if you bring that in here, okay?
As yesterday, Shoe on Head's new 30-minute video about video games and fatherhood briefly bashed Hassan Piker.
To make things worse,
oh, what's the matter?
Saw another
Does your baby need a bottle?
Speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel, cockroach behavior.
Together as a little family, even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting
how's it going,
families
Allison?
and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like,
you know what I care about? When was the last time that dog was able to get up and use the bathroom, Hassan? When was the last time you hugged her? Did she ever receive hugs from you?
if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care?
And I've never played on the Boston Celtics or caught a Pokemon, but I buy the same stupid game every year to pretend I do, because that's the whole point in playing.
Like, why do you care?
I don't understand where this mentality comes from, but it's not realistic, bro. It's a fucking game. It's a game, bro. Like that whole bullshit with the ships capsizing and oh my god, Windrose. That's not realistic. People were trying to feed me, oh well, it's realistic. Bro, those ships didn't capsize like that back then. A ship doesn't just capsize for no reason. It has to be top heavy. Especially if it's a fucking a massive ship like a sailboat. You're not just going to capsize it, bro. Those things were built for maneuverability and speed. The only times they capsized was whenever the enemies blew the sides of their hulls up so much that they were starting to tilt. That's the only time they capsized. What are you talking about? It's not even realistic.
About having children or like riding for having children, like it's just not something that you're gonna experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horse? Yeah, never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay. And I love how—
Bro, you can't, dude. Have y'all seen any shorts of like how based the young generations are below us? Like there are kids now that are actually like calling out. Like there was one kid that was like it was like the brother, right? And the sister was like, "You can't hit girls," and he was like, "But equal rights." Or like, I guess she asked him if a girl was hitting him, what would he do? And he was like, "I would hit her back." And then she was like, "But you can't do that. She's a girl." And he was like, "Well, equal rights." And I'm like, bro, I think this next generation isn't going to give a fuck what the legacy media is going to be spinning. I'm like kind of impressed.
he's like unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying.
Something I always thought was an unsubstantiated rumor, but since Hassan just had to open his mouth about a video game, now all of Shu's 2 million viewers will know about this suspect past.
Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry. That just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater.
Chew on Head is married and she does have a child. I want to make that very clear.
I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal-ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse.
Even when he went to Cuba, and he was throwing bread in the streets and making the kids dance for the food, like what we saw in those videos that I reacted to, he was wearing a pair of $2,000 glasses.
Looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind-raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept.
And all things considered, this is really just a light roast that shouldn't have prompted a response at all, as Shu did bravely bring up this other streamer also being against having kids.
I'm probably never having kids. I'm probably gonna play video games for the rest of my life. I'm probably gonna be as hot for as long as I can, and I'm probably gonna keep making money. That's probably what's gonna happen for the next 40 years until I people are just gonna keep being mad at me about it. Menopause is gonna hit me like a brick wall, but at least I will be getting the bag until then. You don't want kids? I'll do it whenever I want. I don't think I'm running out of time.
That's true. I mean, he does talk about stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Then why doesn't he just, you know, do that? He's rich. I mean, let's be honest here. He's filthy rich. Why doesn't he just give his money away? Not to charity, to like people.
And honestly, I don't know the difference between Pokimane and Valkyrie, which one of them is rumored to be with Hassan, and I really couldn't care less. But it might just explain why Hassan basically melted down over Shu's video.
Bro, you were on the last Shu on
Hassan melts down over everything.
Video, I will literally off with a gun if you bring that up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go out, purchase a shotgun, myself in the face, not die in the process?
You know what's crazy? You know what's insane to me? Is that Hassan can sit here and say that in the recent stream, but whenever a gamer, like a streamer, talked about, like, joking about that on Twitch, right, he was playing a game, and he was like, I'm gonna da-da-da-da myself, and then, like, they immediately gave him a suspension. It was a big streamer, too. This dude's sitting here saying it multiple times, and he not once caught a suspension. If you can't see the bias here, you're cooked.
But at least lose significant chunks of my brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that
You know what's crazy, Hassan, is that what's it like being in the shadow of Asmongold? knowing that no matter how hard you try, no matter how many bridges you build, that one dick that you sucked will only ever be your legacy. You sat here and advocated for terrorism, said that America deserved 9/11, and you thought that it was going to push you to fame, but all it's done is alienate most of the people, and all they see you as the guy that shocks his dog. What's that like? Saying that you went to college and claiming that you're smarter than everybody else, but all you seem to do is continue to be audience captured. What's it like? You know? It must be sad. It must be a very, very, very quiet life.
On head and her dumb audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
Nothing says, I think she's stupid and irrelevant, than going into a tism-type tirade for multiple minutes about how little you care about her opinion that's definitely not ruining your day. I can't count how many times he and his orbiters have blasted statements I've made, but the thing about actually believing your enemies...
That's kind of a dead giveaway, like, for these roaches, too, is, like, the second that Denims, Frogan, and, what was the other one? Casey Tron got sued by Ethan, like, I didn't see Hassan give them a single dime to help out with their cases. Hassan completely roached out on all three of them.
Or idiots is you're not affected.
Imagine orbiting somebody that won't even help you.
Idiot opinions.
Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer.
So if anything, this is just evidence that Hassan knows he's on the losing side.
The compelling argument the Shuon head makes, one that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl, and I changed my politics all the...
We got an early bloomer, boys. So I would assume that you're here to give a counter argument to anything that I'm saying. Do you have any defense for Hassan Piker at all? Or are you just here to roach out the second that you got pulled up? Stumpy John 4177. No, nothing. Oh, you all have the same talking point. Ooh. Yeah, you can't use... You can't... Whatever you just typed out, YouTube is holding for review. That's not me, that's YouTube. I have no moderation team, so that's YouTube. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I do what? Are you sitting, like... I don't even know what the fuck this dude's talking about. What are we gonna do with him? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Control V. B-A-N. Question mark. Circle. There we go. Ooh, 91? Oh, is it gonna go up more? 93? Ooh, he's at, 94? Oh, boys, he might break the power record. He might be at 95. Oh, he's at 95. He broke the record. 95% of people want you gone. Man. That's bad for you, isn't it? That's the new record, guys. Wow, man. Damn, well, there it is. Don't you just love it?
Time.
W chat.
Look at me. As an emo girl, I look like that one meme on the internet.
So Shu says you got a creepy history with buying overseas. But Hassan's best clapback is, remember she used to look like a meme, and then maturing in motherhood made her see the world beyond.
Yeah, the one vote from himself.
Bernie Sanders can save the Democrat Party beliefs. Hassan just looks like every
Yeah, see, doesn't that just make you feel good whenever you can get somebody out of your comments, dude?
A woman losing an argument, as actually that sums up every single Hassan.
Like I stop myself sometimes whenever I see a comment on a video, and I'm just like, this guy is like, they say something really stupid, and then I go through this like small, tiny existential crisis on what I'm gonna say to it, and then I'm just like, I'm really angry, but the best thing that I can do is to just remove them from the channel, and then that's what I do, and then I'm like, wow, that felt really good.
Perfectly. Emotional lady losing argument.
What can I do to give other people this wonderful sensation?
Would you openly admit that you listen to Shoe on Head in 2026, man? What the f is wrong with you? People like Shoe on Head.
I can say the same thing about Hassan. The narrative that Hassan has been pushing has fallen off. It fell off years ago. Like what?
Are basically a humanoid version of a Reddit aggregator. They just spit out that they see on subreddits. So why the f are you going there? You might as well just go to the subreddit.
It's all over the internet, guy. What are you talking about? What do you think you're doing? You're talking about something for subreddit. Whenever you talked about oh my god, the Pragmata game and how everyone is trying to say the little girl, like that all the people playing it are only playing it for the little girl, as in like pedos.
Correctly.
Like, what are we talking about?
That they turn into video essays. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm here every day, by the way, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, as long as the internet cooperates.
What an unbearable...
So please sub to the channel. Please hit like on the stream. Even if you drop by for a second, please just hit like on the stream. Check out that channel membership.
Fucking way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe on Head. Honestly, good.
I don't think he does. From what I've heard in an inside source, on an outside source, from my cousins, brothers, uncles, moms, dads, sister twice removed, apparently, allegedly, he got hair surgery done. So he had like the roots implanted. He was going bald, from what I understand, and then he had hair surgery.
Look, dude.
Which is just pure projection at its finest. Why watch Shoe when you can just read Reddit? When it's really, why watch Hassan when you can just read Twitter while chugging soy milk for yourself? And remember, this is just because Shoe said Hassan's take on a video game was bad. But for it to hit him this hard, the whole not having kids must be really...
You know why it's hitting him so hard? Because it's another YouTuber that doesn't like Hassan. I remember whenever Charlie, Moist Critical, or Penguins O now, was talking about how Hassan shocked his dog. And Hassan gets on, doesn't even say that he's wrong, tries to say, I don't know why Charlie didn't get in contact with me. You know, we could have just talked about it behind closed doors or whatever. And it's like, but why won't you sit here and try to comfort your own chat? Why are you trying to talk to content creators behind closed doors? Like what? He came to his own conclusion that everybody else on the internet did. What?
Not
like
just for him specifically, but to anybody still listening to Hassan nonsense.
Shocked his dog. And it's alleged, okay? He never came forward and said that he did it. And I don't want to get sued, so I think he did. But again, it's my opinion.
As Shoe just proves that having your own family...
The thing that went around and still does go around is Hassan shocking his dog because she would get up out of the bed, and he wanted the dog to stay in the same spot for like 12 hours at a time during stream as like a desktop like trophy or something.
And finding happiness is
not a desktop, like a background trophy.
Way away from these miserable socialist circles on the internet.
The first episode of my old Hellworld series was actually all about police brutality. It was all about police brutality towards innocent protesters. I was a little more ACAB-y back then. I was a little more libbed the out back then, but hey, to be fair to me back then, that is what happens when you live in the sheltered suburbs of Long Island in your parents' basement versus having a kid and living in the city for 4 years.
That's right. It's a whole different ballgame whenever you have to support yourself in life. Whenever you're not being sheltered, and I'm not directing this towards Shoe on Head, because she's no longer like that. But I am directing this to the mobs of idiots that are down in Minneapolis and all over the country that are marching kids out in the middle of the streets and losing them. That whenever you go out and you make a living for yourself, you start treating that job and you start getting really panicked whenever anything interferes with that job. You know why? Because that's your livelihood. That's why. You need that job to support you, because if you don't, you lose everything. But you don't really care about that, and you don't really care about the status and what happens whenever you import a bunch of immigrants and illegals into a country that take up all the American jobs. But the minute that you move out of your parents' house or you start taking over your parents' payments on their house, you start realizing how fucked everything is. It's just a bunch of people that haven't grown up yet that are saying all this nonsense all over the internet and all in the streets and doing all this bullshit, this garbage. Because that's what it is, it's garbage.
Taxpayer-funded HR department, structural violence.
Oh, skipping bad. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on a second. I wonder what's going on. I wonder if they're like working on the internet or something. It shouldn't be muted. The video stopped playing. No audio? No sound.
They solely to protect.
Nothing? Hold on. Oh, you can hear me? I don't know what's on then. Give it a second. Hold on. We're in, huh? What could be doing this, I wonder? What if they killed that one? Rumble's not on. We'll turn that one off. Let's see. Give it a second. Jeepers, man, what is going on? That's off now. I did that. It didn't do anything. Hold on, give me a second. Oh. Connected that time. We back? We back? Yep, we back. Yes. Thumbs up. Sounds good. I don't know what's causing this. I am going to have to probably go back and uninstall whatever the hell installed yesterday on this desktop. Something installed, and I don't know what it is. We gotta find it, and we gotta kill it dead. Control Alt Delete. Let me try something. Hold on. System interrupts. What is that? It's a system interrupt. We should be good now, right? Let me see. I want this. Hold on. I'll do this after. I think we're okay now for a little while. If it starts doing it again, let me know, okay? Orange man bad. Orange man bad. That's right. That's all they have. They don't have anything else. That's all they got is Orange man bad. 2. Okay. Let's try to keep going on. I'm just trying to get through the stream at this point.
The rights of private property. Yeah, we need more police. Police are good. Police are great. Give the police more guns. More guns. Give them more guns. Tanks. Tanks, even.
Tanks, that's right.
This isn't just a petty patter between liberal political commentators. It's Assange's pathetic attempts to maintain relevance. As on one side, Assange is losing his Twitch streaming audience to the Roach King, and on the other, the former normal liberals are aligning more with Shoehornhead.
Let me know if it does it again, and I'll swap it up again. I don't know what's causing this, but
is outgrowing him while he's getting too old to bring in that new generation of listeners. And the saddest aspect about this is everybody already sees it except for him. So if you appreciate my concise, light-hearted commentary on the
no idea what the hell's causing this shit, bro. It's pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. So here we go.
Tim Walz pushing back on Minnesota fraud accusations following a viral daycare video. So this is Tim Walz trying desperately to save face.
I don't know why he's still trying to save face. He already dropped out of the re-election process. He's done.
Trying so hard to save face, but it doesn't matter. Everybody knows exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm happy about this. People, maybe the country itself's not doing well for now. You check the guy that posted on Iran from YouTube. Maybe, I don't know. Massive, over 20 locations, 22 search warrants were in.
One of those was the Leering Center.
Indicated. Oh, is this that this is something else too? And yeah, it's.
Them. Financial disclosures had said the estate of Omar and her husband, Tim Minette, jumped from being in debt to somewhere between $6 million and $30 million in 2020.
Man, I wish I could go from, like, being in debt to $6 million. That sure would be nice, wouldn't it?
How are they all scamming?
They amended their financial disclosure and released it to show the estate is really somewhere between $18,000 and $95,000. They blame the discrepancy as much as $29 million on an accountant who did not
That's
subtract
right. That's where you learn about World War XI.
the liabilities of Minette.
Because you know there's nothing like being told that you're wrong about something whenever you can't even, like... Can't even read Roman numerals, man.
We just send her Somaliland. They want her.
They want her in Somaliland so bad.
I think, but
they want her there so bad.
They do want her. I think I come up with a solution for this, right? Is that, like, we send her over there, problem solved. That's actually crazy. Well, it's because they're scammers. Like, the thing is that a scammer, like, that people do this, like, they just do it because they can. They do it because they want. And that's it. Can you explain the revisited version being so much lower? Yeah, because they're lying. Like, they made up bullshit. They probably entered in a different type of accounting or something else like that, right? And also, like, if this was their range, then how'd you pay out the taxes? Didn't they have over 800 registered hospices in Minnesota? 22 warrants is nothing. I think you're right. I think that you have to have a like a mass, like a mass event, right? A mass, like arrest event. You got to go after a lot of them. Somaliland will jail her. It's all good Somalis in the name of the country and say the same thing. I know. Yeah, so basically Somalia is the bad Somalia and Somaliland is the good Somalia. This is what I'm hearing. And so they made a new version of Somalia, which is like I'm serious. It's the way it is.
It's literally like the upper echelon of Somalia.
And so, yeah.
It's funny, dude.
Like, because apparently,
Somaliland is, like, apparently, like, the upper echelon.
Her dad was a general in the last, the last reason why Somalia was bad, or some other area in Africa was bad. So that's why she has a different last name and everything. And, they said she married her brother, etc. It's because they all changed their names so they could avoid the association with their father that was, like, a general that had to leave the government, right? This is World War XI. I think that's what she was talking about. And, yeah, W Somaliland patch. I know. And it's really funny. Incest is fucking demonic. Who knows? But, yeah, I'm really happy to see this.
Who we're talking about. Abdimajad Mohammed Nur. He's going to spend the next 10 years, though, in federal lockup after investigators say he took part in a $48 million COVID-19
Holy shit. Oh, hey, it's the guy. Oh, my God. They actually got him.
Scam. So this was part of a meal fraud scam trace. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars that were meant to feed.
Holy shit, they got him. That, if you don't know who that is, that's the guy that was in the in Nick Shirley's video. Where's the original one at? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fraudulent companies set up, and they're sucking billions of dollars out of the state of Minnesota.
And how have you seen the weapon? Do you guys know where advanced mobility is? Advanced mobility? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely.
This any information.
All
Somalia down on
dollars has gone.
Let's see if I could find the, because he's like in the original video. Where is it at? I can't find him. It's not that. Oh no! Nick Shirley. Is it this one?
Here in Minnesota, massive fraud is.
I'm not gonna be able to find this fucking video, am I, dude? Are you kidding me? It's like the one. Oh wait, is this it? I think this is it. This is it right here. Oh my god, finally. Holy shit, I found it. Christ on a cracker, bro. Oh, there he is. No, that's not him.
Is it going? But I'm determined to see this through and to correct.
Oh, there it is. There's the Leering Center.
To this bit.
Oh, that's right. There was a dumbass Karen here. You remember the Karen guys? The other person that ruined their life?
What the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant, too. That's, if they get caught for that's a federal offense. I know, I studied law.
And do you think Tim Walz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? Heck yeah.
The fuck?
He's got to be held accountable for this. I mean, there's no
Does he go back to it later?
It's simple. It's
Bro, where the fuck is this guy at?
And look, they even spelled learning wrong.
What? Was it the second video? Dude, where did this guy pop out and, like, start harassing him at? What the fuck? I thought it was that video. Was it not? Broken from the inside. Like, what? You know what? I don't even think it matters. It's the guy that was at the Leering Center. Or we're wasting so much time with that
Hungry
shit.
American kids on a lot of different things. They took.
Hey, YouTube, stop trying to fucking bury everything that's being shown in the light. You're a bunch. You're acting like a bunch of dickheads. Stop it.
And stacks of cash like you're looking at here.
Big money.
They were blown on luxury cars. Let's buy an Audi. Let's buy.
Oh man, look at that house. Look at that house. Damn. I never knew anybody that had $95,000 a year that had a house like that.
Waterfront property out in Minnesota.
Man.
If you have time,
Really nice car. For $95K, man, wow.
Villa out in the Maldives. That would be nice.
Man.
So that's what they did, according to prosecutors.
Man,
they
were living like
Of the
ballers.
fraudsters popping bottles of champagne out on that
That's
luxury
crazy.
getaway. Police say
Look at
the
that.
men were happy.
Oh, $95,000, guys. Look at that. Man, they must know something we don't.
Cashing in. They were texting each other. You're
Yeah.
going to be the richest 25-year-old, God willing. What is
Yeah, well, apparently not. I don't think 10 years is enough.
being called the largest fraud scam in history?
Look
It
how
happened on
bald he is.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz watch.
Look,
Today, the Democrat who ran for vice
Jesus.
president launched a fraud
Not
prevention
good.
program. Critics say that's a little too late. The White House has slammed him for failing not
Now
to
you want to do something now that all the dust is settled? What happened to like, oh, well, it's not really like that. You know, how dare Nick Shirley, that racist person? How dare anyone bring this to light? They're all a bunch of anti-Semitists and all this other crazy schizo shit. What happened to all that, man? What's the matter? You not willing to die on the hill now that everybody's turned against you?
his state of
Yep.
Minnesota, but the country, he pushed back.
That hell, I know it's not
you can't
good.
have one without the other.
Uh-huh.
Any amount of fraud is too much. That's
Yeah.
why over the last several years, we've
Yo,
made many
W,
systematic
two
changes
Jules,
to
W
state
Sparkles.
government to both detect fraud and hold those accountable after it happened. Year after year, we brought new ideas to the legislature to stay ahead of the evolving tactics, and they are
Imagine
evolving.
being one of the defenders of the fraud
Okay,
for the last
so
year.
it doesn't stop there, though.
Well,
Prosecutors.
And that's why I think it's funny is that, like, these are search warrants that were, issued by, like, a judge or something. So, like, do you remember in, like, December or whenever the fuck this happened? Apparently people said it was December. Is that everybody was saying, like, oh, no, you don't understand. Like, all Nick Shirley wanted to do is record a bunch of little kids because he's a weirdo. Oh, no, it's because it was Christmas, even though these people aren't even fucking, they're not American. They don't celebrate Christmas to
Or
begin with.
like, oh, it was outside of their work hours, bro. Like, come on.
But like, and all those excuses that they had for that, all those
I
excuses.
love how like over 200 daycares were shut down, and no one came forward and complained about it other than the people that had their daycare shut down. No parents came forward. There wasn't a public outcry. You know why there wasn't a public outcry and these people immediately roached out is because they were committing fraud. 67 people got convicted of fraud, and most of them pled guilty to the fraud. Like,
well, it turns out that it was all bullshit. Turns out it was all bullshit. Can you believe that? Do you think he's going to forget about how he called everyone racist, tried to shut down a conversation? No.
Yo,
and honestly, I think that too many people will forget. You know, as I said, like
W1
I've said
gifted
many
by
times,
Darlin'
I
Winners.
look at these things, but I'm extremely happy to see this investigation happening. And now we're going to have more of this fraud get investigated. We're going to have more of these people get arrested. And honestly, like, I think not a moment too soon. Really, it should have been happening a lot longer than this. Crazy how they lie in God's name and almost like it means nothing. Yeah, of course, because it's just scammers, bro. Like, what do you expect? Tim Walz called me a delusional far-right conspiracy theorist and said that exposing the fraud in his state was white supremacy. It was the classic false smear tactic that's worked for so long, but it didn't work this time.
It worked for about 8 years. They had 8 years where calling somebody racist or a Nazi would make them kind of think about it. And now that they had their chance for 4 years, it's time that they just take a back seat because they were going to single-handedly ruin the entire country. Like,
Tim was exposed and dropped out. Tim lured.
Tim lured, boys. That's right.
Sure did. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, the S stands for fraud. That's right. Good video about Assassination Society. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad people liked it. I am. Yeah, they tried to totally reframe this guy in the most disgusting way, didn't they? Oh my God. And yeah, 25% off. It's really, really
I don't know, but I hope that they get the lid out of their ass and start solving this. I'd imagine they're going to start doing it after all the drama and the internet swirl up around the individual locations cools down. Because, like, I think they waited until the drama and the internet cooled down on the Minneapolis stuff, and now that it's finally cooled off enough, they're going through and they're getting these scammers.
For me to see this,
it kind of works out good for the FBI, because if the drama stirs up around these daycares and they do the investigation right around where it gets stirred up, well, they're going to be bringing in people and paying them the government money to, you know, bring their kids in. So what better way to wait? What better way to get them than to wait until the flack settles and then go in and get them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
officially Luring Day.
It is officially National Leering Day. The Leering Center has officially been raided.
Fox Crusader.
The clip.
Large-scale raids targeting federal fraud.
Yep.
Currently underway.
I mean, you got to admit, bro, that's a bit of aura that, like, you go and do this whole investigation.
I don't think they will, but they should. It's going to be a beautiful day in America whenever we finally get somebody that has the stones big enough to start locking up judges and senators, because that's what we need in this country. We need somebody with massive stones that are going to start locking up judges and senators. That's what we need.
And then, like, you know, a few months later, the actual FBI and the fucking government has a search warrant, and they're like, yeah, actually, you got him.
Federal agents seen leaving the Quality Learning Center.
Take a look at this video here. Sources tell Fox that federal agents are raiding about 22 businesses across.
Imagine being the governor of one of the better states in the country, and you just absolutely get mogged by a 22-year-old Mormon.
There was a judge twerking on a desk. What?
YouTuber.
That's crazy.
And it's so bad that you have to drop out of the election.
Minneapolis this morning, and sources say many.
That's the reason why they're trying to domino effect the Nick Shirley Act, the Stop Nick Shirley Act, is because they want to stop, because they're able to control the legacy media by just putting them in their pocket, but you can't control a 20-year-old that has nothing to lose that wants to do right by the American people. You're not gonna buy that person into service. It's not gonna happen.
Of them are tied to Somali-owned operations. All of this comes after that viral YouTube video from Nick Shirley. It was back in December. In that video, he visited different child care centers, and you'll remember they were either closed or there were just no children inside, despite receiving state child care funding. Now, the location that you're looking at right now, it's the...
What's the matter, CNN and MSNBC? Whenever you decided to take the security cam of the 3 people that came in and out of the daycare after Nick Shirley investigated it, was that not enough evidence for the FBI? Oh no! Sucks to suck.
Quality Learning Center. This is the daycare. It went viral. It blew up on social media because of a sign outside.
We skipping a bit?
With learning that was literally misspelled. Looks like we got
Classic.
a statement from DHS.
Oregon got hit with a penalty? What do you mean? What happened to Oregon?
Sharing,
Oregon.
quote, Homeland
Nick
Security
Solo, the raid boss? He did.
investigations in cooperation with
on
our
accident.
law enforcement
Little every other
partners
word.
executed criminal search warrants in Minneapolis relating to the rampant
bad.
fraud
That's
of
real
U.S.
bad.
taxpayers' dollars.
So there you have it. Over 20 businesses were raided by the FBI and HS.
Nick Shirley's a beast. I got the quality Leering hoodie that he's wearing coming in, boys. Whenever it finally gets here, I'm going to be wearing that. Oh, it's going to be great.
Today because of fraud that took place. They had 22 search warrants for primarily Somali-ran
See Nick's
businesses
new video about
because it
getting
just so
threats?
happens
I
to be
heard it,
that
yeah.
a lot of the businesses in Minnesota that were fraudulent were ran by Somalians.
That's
and
right.
now we're going to talk about these locations that were raided, but I do think it is super important that we talk about somebody who's trying to claim credit for the fraud being exposed, and that is
Here we
Tim
go.
Waltz. Tim Waltz actually said at the height of this fraud that no evidence of fraud was taking place in Minnesota.
There's no evidence. Well, apparently they found evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
They need to lock Tim Walz up. 2 Americans are dead because Tim Walz didn't want to tell the police chiefs, and the commissioners that they need to work with federal agents, ICE agents, and instead try to incite some form of schizo-charged riot. Insurrection that completely folded once J.D. Vance went down to Minneapolis. 2 Americans are dead because of the lack of support that the ICE agents had from the police. They need to take these people, they need to take people like Tim Walz and put him in jail. They do.
However,
about
today
that?
Tim Waltz is saying something completely different, trying to take credit for the fraud being exposed.
He sure does.
And this is what Tim Waltz had to say on X today. He
Oh, I'm
said,
sure.
if you commit fraud
What
in
a
Minnesota,
loser.
you are going
What
to
an
get caught.
idiot.
And that's exactly what we saw today. We catch criminals when state and federal agencies share information, joint investigations work, and securing justice depends on it. He then said, today's raids by state and federal law enforcement happened because our state agencies caught irregular behavior and reported it.
You're actually just...
The Chicago mayor is saying they'll have cops arrested if they help ICE. Well, the cops should just quit and then start working for ICE. They'll make way more money.
making this up. He's just lying.
That is a complete lie.
Yeah, he's just making it
then
up.
he says, that's how the system is supposed to work, and our agencies will keep at it as long as there are fraudsters around to put behind bars.
Right.
Well, Tim actually might have to get put behind bars because he enabled all this fraud to take place underneath his leadership in Minnesota. And just to talk
Like,
about...
I don't see a single reason why we shouldn't try to put him in jail.
Yeah.
But I think also, like, here's the thing is that, like, I think we deserve this. I do. I think we deserve it. Because it'll be funny as fuck. We put him in jail, right? I mean,
It
like,
absolutely
can you imagine
would be funny.
Like the video I get at that. Oh my god!
I think that would be a great day to be an American. Honestly, he needs to go to jail. Nothing he's done in Minneapolis as the governor has worked out for him. It's time for him to go, man.
some of the stuff that was irregular inside of Minnesota.
We gotta move on from this. We gotta move on.
Destination culture. That's what I'm calling.
And do I want to do that? Let's do this one.
FBI Director James Comey has been arrested. He has surrendered at federal court.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Comey is in the courtroom, and the hearing is starting now. The very first appearance of this former FBI director accused of threatening the president's life with that post on Instagram a year ago with seashells in the sand. This is the first hearing.
See, this is the type. We should be doing this every day.
Yeah, we should.
I love this. I've been waiting on this political prisoner. Yep. Shouldn't have fucked around. You think that
You can't tell me the FBI, the former FBI director, doesn't know what that term means.
Reframe something in a way that makes it optically sound bad?
Well, it's what he wrote with the seashells. I think he said 8647. I think that's what it says. Yeah, 8647. It's 86 is used by like gang members as like a term of like assassination or killing somebody. And 47 because Donald Trump is the 47th president.
That's charged in North Carolina, because that's where that beach photo was taken. This first appearance, Comey now being under arrest in the courtroom. He's going to be before a Well, Comey is...
This is amazing. I love seeing this. Let me see if I can pull up any more information about him getting arrested. And this piece of shit. So he put on here, this is what happened last year, is he put out a thing, an Instagram photo. It said 8647. 86 can be used in a lot of ways, but like in one of the ways that it can be used to, like, it says kill, right? And, you know, you can ask people.
I think it's because, like, what is it, like, if you do the alphabet, no, I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know.
Law enforcement, they'll probably tell you this. It's just another euphemism, right? It's a hit. And so whenever the former FBI director does this, well, this looks pretty bad, right?
I mean, like, what else could he be using it for?
It means get rid of, yeah, but like, what do you think that means? And so the reason why it's important to do this is that, like, you have to take this guy all the way through the ringer. You have to.
Anytime I hear like a state saying, like, what's it called, sanctuary city, should immediately just be treason. I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. It should just be treason. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that there.
Make the process, like, you have to make this as painful as possible for him. Even if you don't get him convicted, you have to make it as unpleasant as possible. That way, everybody else that likes talking about this stuff sees this and they think to themselves, well, I don't want to be the next person that gets dragged through this for like 2.5 years. So that's what I think. His explanation on the talk show was so funny, though. I know. Wrong, that's what he wants you to think? Well, I don't know what you mean by that. Good luck with that retarded bullshit. Exactly. And 8647. So what is this here? So you think it doesn't mean that way? And I love that. What does not mean what people think it is? It was a marketing stunt? Why
didn't he post about that? And it, like, oh, it's a marketing stunt. Well, why didn't he have links to the... nah, dude. No. Just no. I'm not even going to give that the time of day.
It's a number of days since our intelligence.
No.
What you're getting days since 9/11 that is, but like, really, I mean, like, what are we doing here? Political violence? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that we need to lock these people up. That's what I think.
I think that I mean, we've been through the ringer on this so many times. If you're advocating for political violence, even if if you don't know what it is, don't do this. Especially with how many assassination attempts Donald Trump has had. Like, why would you even joke about something like this?
Let me see if I can find any more.
Like, seriously, why would you even
is
joke
this
about
the
this?
Response?
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the seashells put together mean, right?
ago.
You see, he's saying it this way in order to downplay it, right? He wants to frame it in a way that it sounds innocuous and ridiculous. So
Toyota
people
AE
like
86.
it has nothing to do with the seashells. It has nothing to do with that. That's like saying, like, well, I'm getting arrested for driving my car. Well, yeah, because you ran 3 people over in it. Well, I was just driving down the road. I mean, like, I have a driver's license. I'm driving my car. Like, oh, now they're just arresting. They're arresting anybody for driving around now.
And this won't be the end of it.
It won't be.
But nothing.
Great.
But it's really important.
They should make it as uncomfortable for this human being as possible. If you want to sit here and bring up this kind of stuff online and you get put in court, well, then that's on you.
That all of us remember, this is not who we are as a country. This is not how the Department of Justice.
Really?
That's crazy. I love that. I love to hear that.
I know, that's the problem. We're getting back to that.
Justice is supposed to be.
Yes.
And the good news is we get closer every day to restore.
Does he get an employee discount for his bond because he was in the FBI? whenever they put him in jail?
Yo, that's
Do you
too
know if he
good.
gets an employee discount? Not sure. No? Oh, okay.
Restoring those values. Keep the faith.
That's right. Let's bring up American values when you're talking about trying to crypto message about killing the president. Oh, that's definitely what they'd want. Absolutely. And so yeah, no, charge him double. I like that. And look at Cash.
Good afternoon. Today, a grand
Jesus, bro, like
he looks like he's seen some shit. I'm not gonna lie.
He's locked in.
grand jury sitting in the Eastern District of
If he gets any more tense, he's gonna shatter.
North Carolina returned an indictment against
Uh-huh.
James Comey on 2 counts. The first count is that on or about May 15th of last year, he knowingly and willfully making a threat to take the life of...
How long has this guy even been involved? Like, how did all this happen? Like, literally, this guy takes over.
The assassination attempts were more like elementary school fire drills, fake, and a big waste of time. So, a first responder, a firefighter losing his life protecting his family during an assassination attempt on Donald J. Trump's life is a fake? It's fake? So what proof do you have that, and where did you get the source that states that it was fake? What's your source? You can't drop links, but you can give the name of it. And I can look it up. Not to mention that Donald Trump now has a piece of his ear missing too, as well. I'm sure he wanted that, right? So what proof do you have that it was fake? Surely you're not just making open-ended statements, right? That mean nothing to anybody and completely pointless to everybody. You have proof to back this up. Surely. No, nothing. You're not even going to try. You're just going to roach out the second that I pull you up for a question. What are you going to do with him? Oh shit, whoops. My bad. Start poll. I'm dumb. Like I said, it's been a morning, guys. It's been a morning. Been one of those mornings. No, it absolutely is in bad faith. But sometimes when you don't have to stoop to somebody else's level, you shouldn't. And I don't have to at the moment. AI enhanced doesn't mean that it's fake. It means that they used AI so they can make it more detailed and see what the hell was going on. That doesn't mean that it's fake. Sign of what? What are you talking about? What sign? The hell are you talking about? What sign? AI enhanced is running. It's probably just some jackass that posted a fucking an AI enhanced video online saying that it was the original video. You really gonna sit there and believe every fucking thing that a YouTuber posts online, bro? Come on. And you're cooked. Bye, idiot. There we go. Cooked. God damn it. There we go. How's it going, Celestian?
And like everything just starts happening. It really makes you wonder what the fuck was going on before this. Ed also made a tweet at the time.
Inflict bodily harm upon the President of the United States. Count 2, same day, May 15th, 2025, that the defendant, James Comey, knowingly and willfully transmitting in interstate commerce a communication that contained a threat to kill the President of the United States. Both of these counts carry a maximum term of imprisonment of...
Ooh, throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Oh, man, throw the book at him. No fucking, no mercy. Throw the book. Give him the book.
That's right.
10 years in prison.
See, you need to do this. You need to do this to like 1,000 people.
Yep.
Minimum. So Ed, of course, made a post about this. And
anytime you want to go out and start like making pictures and you want to like sit there and advocate for death and violence of not only political opponents but other people, it's time for you to be put in the box. It's time for you to go to jail and be done with it.
8647, bro. Ed, see. Oh man. Oh man. You really, yeah, Pam Bondi was hot. She was hot, but that's not enough. It's not. And report them should be 15 years. I know. And again, I think they should go after. I think that they need to make examples out of these like high profile people. I think it's like that. That's it. It sends a message, right? It sends a message like
no. You know how you solve that problem? Everything you see on the internet is fake. If everything's made with AI, then if you go based on, well, if that's the case, then everything you see is fake. Asmongold's fake. I'm fake. I'm an AI aura. Asmon's an AI aura. Tectone. The president's not real. He's a robot. And nothing you see on the internet is real.
But he's above
There
the
you go.
law.
Problem
number
solved.
one. And also, if you go after them, a lot of their followers will be like, "Oh my God, I don't want to have that happen."
That's right. This comment's fake. Everything's fake.
And yeah, really thinks nothing will happen to him now, even after this. Well, I mean, the odds are they're probably not. I mean, nothing's probably going to happen to him. Nobody gives a shit about that. But we'll
I
see
don't
what's
think
gonna
I don't
happen.
think he's going to go to jail, but I think he's going to be tied up in court for a while. I hope. So Nick Fuentes had some schizo person that went to his house, so he pushed her down and pepper sprayed her.
Had a
POW Nick Fuentes. All the charges were dropped.
retard come to his house, and this is what happened.
For context, a stalker was harassing Nick Fuentes last year and posted this infamous video. The same stalker sued Fuentes for assault, and today we got the court ruling plus additional evidence.
Ooh.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing?
Damn, get fucked, loser. Get fucked, you fucking piece of shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's right, bitch ass.
Man, immediately, bro, shoves her onto the fucking pavement. The battery charge against him has been dismissed.
That's right. That's right, you damn straight.
So happy to see this. If you're going to somebody's house to, like, harass them and annoy them, this is what you deserve.
You should just be thankful that he didn't pull a gun.
Also had a literal armed assassin come to his house around the same time.
Yo, Nick! You also missed this going viral from Nick Fuentes. A lot of people are mad.
It's going to be so cooked if the Democrats get back in, presumably. It really will be. That's why I want a Republican.
Nick Fuentes is he's not an anti-American person, but he also does not like what the Republicans are doing. He's a true Democrat. He is a true Democrat. He is the face of what the Democratic Party used to be. And he even knows.
Republican to win. I don't want it to be Vance or Rubio, but a Republican has to win, because what a lot of these Israel critical influencers do not realize is that the left wants to kill us. Like, they literally want us dead.
Yeah.
And they will work to effectuate that. They want to silence us. They want us debanged, deplatformed.
Right.
And ultimately,
Yep.
they would prefer if we all just died. You
Yep.
have these types
Yep.
like Dan Bilzerian. He says left and right is an artificial divide. It's a construct to keep Israel critical voices divided, but it's just simply not true. There is a political left. They're
Yes.
unified by ideology. And to the extent that they criticize Israel, it is strictly within the
It's playing lip service to it, and yeah.
boundaries of their left-wing ideology.
Exactly.
You know, the idea that we're going to paper over those differences and we're all going to hold hands and unite one struggle against Israel, it's just not, it's not practical, and I don't think, and at the minimum, it's overstated, the extent that that's possible. So, you know, it's times like this that remind you, if the left had it their way, they would destroy the right wing.
Thank you. Oh my
Yeah, they
God,
would.
thank you.
I mean, they're actively advocating for death and violence of the right political side anyway. Anybody that even remotely says that they like what Trump is doing, they want to kill you. Like, they state that online in multiple locations. And the FBI only goes to the people that lose their shit whenever Charlie Kirk was killed. And it's insanity. I don't understand how this violent rhetoric is being allowed all across the internet. It's insanity.
You. Like, I get not wanting to vote for the lesser of two evils. Everybody should always make a conscientious decision and vote for what they want. Staying home whenever a candidate doesn't represent you is your right. But at the same time, I'd never vote for a Democrat. I'll tell you that. I will never vote for a person that would disenfranchise me or
We
give
don't have
another
time
person
for
an
stupidity right
opportunity
now.
above me based off of the nature of my skin color, my ethnicity, my gender, my sexuality. So if you support that, I will vote against you. One issue thing.
That's right. That's right. Oh, we don't need to watch this stuff about David.
person a Zionist. Yeah, there was something about this, right? She made a video about Pragmata, I think.
Bro, you were on the last Shoe on Head video. I will literally shoot myself with a gun if you bring that shit up in here, okay? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to go out, purchase a shotgun, shoot myself in the face, operate at the...
Okay, ask, hey, are you in the video? Do you want me to kill myself?
Do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do? Do you want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman my... I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics all the fucking...
She's not even emo. What are you talking about? How old are you? Is he like 47 or something?
Ooh, look at me. As an emo girl, 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
He's still saying fap. He's actually 40.
People like Shoe on Head are basically a humanoid version of a fucking Reddit aggregator. What an unbearable fucking way to exist, dude.
How do you get this mad over this? I mean,
Hassan gets this mad over everything. I don't really think this is anything special.
Didn't even see what it said.
He obviously watched the entire video off stream and knows precisely that she roasted his ass like absolute crazy.
What happened to shame?
Yeah.
You should be embarrassed. Spend some time in the real world. Try to explain to people that this is the person that's educating you on your worldview.
As opposed to...
oh my God, the things I want to say to people like this.
Well, that was a bunch of nothing. This is what she said. I'll watch the full video in probably a couple of days.
Saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day. Cockroach behavior.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is
it all got sparked over a game. That's the funniest part about it. They don't have anything else to bitch about because everything's being fixed by Trump. So all they have to go to is this, with this damn game, with this Pragmata game. That's all they have. By the way, if you haven't played Pragmata yet, I absolutely recommend it. It's an amazing game.
These unfuckable losers in the game. Jesus Christ. How do you get
That's right, from the dog bed to the door, Kaya will be shocked no more.
Always talk about like starting families and stuff, and I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about.
Bro, that dog looks so sad. That dog looks so sad, bro.
Gamer.
Why is it that people want to start a family? I don't know, man. It's a fucking mystery.
If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? It's just not something that you're going to experience ever your life for the rest of your life. This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay.
No, this is the guy that's advocating for terrorism, not capitalism, oh, for fuck's sake. Communism states that he's anti-American, and this is what they want because they want to take over the country. That's what they want. They want to colonize.
I'm doing my best to counter it. I'm gonna get you guys all the way down the pipe. You're gonna be crazy after you get done watching my show.
I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily, consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel, sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind-raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like literally no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hassan Piker.
I wonder.
Do you want me to go out?
Because he never had to actually work a damn day in his life. That's why he never had to hold a 9 to 5 and worry about how he was going to pay rent next month.
Purchase a shotgun, shoot myself in the face.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in.
Ah, god damn it! I closed that window, didn't I? I don't care about it.
With that, we bring in Michelle Tafoya, candidate for U.S. Senate in Minnesota. She's trying to flip retiring
With that, we bring in Michelle Tafoya, candidate for U.S. Senate in Minnesota. She's trying to flip retiring Senate Democrat Tina Smith's seat. She's also the host of the Michelle Tafoya podcast and a legendary former NFL sideline reporter. Michelle, it's great to see you. Thank you for being here. You know, it's pretty extraordinary. Tim Walz is sort of, trying to recraft this as, boy, isn't it great that I cracked down on all of this. And I think it's good that the FBI directors pushed back on that. But this is the Minnesota State Rep Kristen Robbins.
Yeah, I know that it's technically not illegal, but that doesn't make it right.
Explaining
it's technically not illegal to shock it either where he lives, but that still doesn't make it right. And he knows that. That's why he's hiding it.
That he has had no part in their investigation.
Like, if you got a big-ass dog, right, and it's hard to get under control sometimes, and you need to use the shock collar to keep it within the boundaries of the lawn and stuff like that, okay, that's different. But, like, just to keep it in a little 4x4 section in the back of the room because you want to use the dog as a prop is disgusting. That's just disgusting, man.
Yes. I'd like to note for the record that we invited Governor Walz to attend. We first issued an invitation to him on March 9th, and he got his pick of dates. And we never had any response. And then late last night, he declined our invitation.
And Michelle, I thought in Brooks' report,
that is crazy. Big surprise.
Reporting, what they're learning in this investigation about these emails that were going back and forth, it seemed like a lot of people understood what was going on and were taking advantage of this money, buying real
Of course they were. How do you think they figured out how to do it?
estate and all kinds of stuff. Tell us about that.
All kinds of stuff. And when I'm out there talking to voters, Martha, the first thing I bring up is fraud. And people get so angry because they feel like chumps. They feel like they work really hard, like we all do. And
what? Isn't it great to bust your ass and break all your fingers in your hand and work until you're 75? Just so a Somalian can get bussed in and given a multi-million-dollar house and a bunch of fraud money that came from your tax dollars? Remember, the reason why you can't afford that new truck that you need or that new car that you need in order to get back and forth to work is because the taxes that were taken out of your check afforded their lifestyle. Look, you're affording their American dream lifestyle, guys. Why aren't you happy about that? Don't you know? Of course everyone's mad about it. It's bullshit. It's crap. That's what you get. And then they wanted to call us racist for cracking down on it and bringing it to the light. The hell with you. The hell with you.
Their taxes like we're all supposed to. And where did that money go? And Tim Walz did play a role in this investigation. He resisted it. He interfered with it. These raids yesterday were the first.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that earlier where he tried to take credit for the raids that happened 2 days ago.
Visual evidence that we have in Minnesota after a long time, after Nick Shirley, really, that something is still happening. And I think it's heartened a lot of people. But Tim Walz's reaction and taking credit for helping out has enraged people. It's just, I think...
That is true. This man would have been the vice president.
Everyone has said it. He's taking credit for putting out a fire that he started. And it's just ridiculous. There is so much here. We saw 22 warrants yesterday. I believe, Martha...
I love seeing the FBI scouring Minneapolis and Minnesota. I hope they lock up and deport every single person, Somalian or immigrant or American, that was involved with that fraud, period. If you were involved with that fraud, you need to go.
Are coming, and I believe that this
you need to have all your assets seized. You need to be debanked, and if you're an illegal or an immigrant, you need to go back to your country. It is a privilege to be here in America, not a right.
Encouraging to people. They want accountability here in Minnesota, but where they really want it is with Tim Walz and Keith Ellison, our AG, who they believe oversaw it or turned the other way and let it happen.
Well, that's the part that this investigation would need to uncover, that they had some knowledge or that they were negligent in their duties of leadership, overseeing these programs and either looking the other way intentionally or dropping the ball, which was their job.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that at all. Just support Tim Walz, too. What we could do is we could bring over a bunch of people that actually want to immigrate with our community, but like make it to where it's a 2-for-1. So like we have to send like Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz to a country, and then we get one person that actually wants to learn English and assimilate with our culture. You know what I'm saying? I would be totally down for that.
Tim Walz says it. The buck stops with me, he said. Well, he didn't do anything about it. And Keith Ellison, we've heard him on tape, thanks to the Center for the American Experiment, which is the think tank here, a very good one. They had this tape of Keith Ellison talking to some of these people who have since been arrested. By the way, you know, we see the arrest.
Yeah, like the stream and sub on the channel. Hopefully I can figure out what's going on with OBS and the stream that plagued us this morning. I'm waiting to hear that the frames are dropping again any second. I updated this desktop yesterday. I need to fix it now, I guess.
These fraudsters who have stolen from us. One of them got out of the country because they didn't remove the passport. They didn't take the passport. And this person who stole about $11 million fled the country. Now, if Tim Walz really wants to step up and share information before he leaves office, well, we'd like to see the SNAP enrollment numbers. We'd like to see the voter rolls. We'd like to see criminals who are here illegally be turned over to the feds. These are simple things, Tim, that you could probably help with as well.
Yeah, and if he wants to be a governor who is doing his job, he really needs to come forward and explain what the heck happened.
He needs to fall on the spike that he made.
Here, Michelle, thank you very much.
Put this bitch ass in jail. His name's Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim needs to go to jail. That's what he needs. He needs jail. Put him in jail, lock him up, throw away the key. Rest in piss, you won't be missed. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Trump is now threatening to pull U.S. troops out of Germany as NATO nations continue to fall short on helping Iran. Meanwhile, President Trump is now threatening to pull U.S. troops out of Germany as NATO nations continue.
I don't know why the hell we are in NATO. We need to leave NATO. NATO is useless when you're the only one that can enforce anything.
Helping Iran.
Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader is making new threats against the U.S. and our allies.
Our senior White House correspondent, Jackie Heinrich, joins us now with the latest. Hey, Jackie.
Why?
Good morning, guys. More than 1/5 of U.S. active duty troops overseas are based in Germany, about 35,000. And now President Trump is threatening a drawdown after German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said Iran is, quote, humiliating the United States. President Trump posted this.
And he's right. Why the hell aren't we bombing Iran? Well, what are we doing? Why haven't we picked this war up again? Trump's making us fucking look weak. Do we need to get him out of office and put JD in charge, or maybe Marcus Rubius? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
The United States is studying and reviewing the possible reduction of troops in Germany with a determination to be made over the next short period of time. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Well, why don't you just get the fucking job done, Orange Man? You start the war, finish the fucking war. Attack their infrastructure. You already had plans on what you were going to do. Why'd you wuss out? Stop dragging your fucking feet.
Frustration bubbled over after Merz spoke to a group of German students.
Keine Strategie. The Americans clearly have no strategy. An entire nation is being humiliated by the Iranian state leadership, especially by these so-called revolutionary guards.
President Trump posted Tuesday, the Chancellor of Germany, Friedrich Merz, thinks it's okay for Iran.
And you know what? He's fucking right. How we got all this technology and we sitting here negotiating with a bunch of terrorists. Trump, do your fucking job, man. There are a lot of Iranian people that are suffering right now because of that damn regime. What the hell are you doing?
Have a nuclear weapon. He doesn't know what he's talking about. If Iran had a nuclear weapon, the whole world would be held hostage. I am doing something with Iran right now that other nations or presidents should have done long ago. No wonder Germany is doing so poorly, both economically and otherwise. Now the chancellor is trying to smooth things over, saying he still has a good relationship with President Trump, and he's expressed his doubts about the war since the beginning. He added that Germany must live up to its leading military role in Europe. President Trump says all this this could go away if Iran would just cry uncle and agree to end their nuclear program. But the Supreme Leader vowed to protect Iran's nuclear program as a national asset in a written statement this morning, saying, quote, "We and our neighbors across the waters of the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman share a common destiny. Foreigners who come from thousands of kilometers away to act with greed and malice there have no place in it except at the bottom of its waters." Today, President Trump will be briefed on possible military plans by CENTCOM commander. According to reports, though, he has already expressed a preference for an extended naval blockade, saying it is more effective at degrading what's left of the Iranian regime and also reducing its revenue generators like its oil. Guys.
Well, you know what you do? You keep the Strait of Hormuz blocked up. You bomb their infrastructure like you said you were going to do prior to this bullshit peace. And you allow Israel to continue taking out all the frickin' Hezbollah soldiers in, I think it was like Pakistan or something like that. Why have you done this? You've done nothing but waste an entire month of time. What the hell is this orange dude doing?
Hey, Jackie, are you jealous of me because I had an exclusive on Sunday night and I got an exclusive that you couldn't get because I had you and your fiance on at the same time? Is there a little bit of bitterness because I got the exclusive and you didn't?
Was it Lebanon? Yeah.
I was so honored to do
Israel was cleaning up Lebanon. Man, they were getting rid of a lot of terrorists. Like, why the hell? Like, what the fuck is what is going on?
Appearance together with you, Brian. So it was friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly media appearance.
Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick. Unfortunately, we both went through things together, so it was great to get both of your perspectives. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jackie.
So let's talk about Iran. I mean, right now it looks as though the president's getting frustrated. I think they were able to absorb.
Frustrated, bro. They didn't surrender prior to this quote unquote peace talks. Do you really think they were going to do that? Like, the whole reason why Trump even went to the table to do peace talks was for opening up the Strait of Hormuz. They never opened it. So we ended up having to blockade it ourselves to keep them from getting resources.
A lot of the economic pain. I mean,
even from day one, this has been in bad faith. Like,
America, you get gas at $4 a gallon. It's panic politically. In Iran, it's so different. The people are so tortured on a regular basis. Their life is so, sadly, so miserable that when you just tell them their money's worthless, that food is gone, your jobs are gone, they don't care. They have the guns. They got the twisted interpretation of Islam, and they're going to be able to withstand it. Unfortunately, I think the only logical thing is probably the option the president doesn't want to do, and I can understand it, is go back militarily. We have the targets. We've now had a few weeks to arm up the Arabs.
And you know what happens if none of that works? Japan learned their lesson. I ain't saying we got to do it, but if we have to, then that's what we got to do.
States, Israel has come into the UAE and said, take some of our Iron Dome. We know they're going to target there again, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia, and just go take them out.
I think it's true that he doesn't.
Exactly. Use the Kurds. A lot of those Kurds are wanting to get in there and get their fight on, man. Like, a lot of them want their country back. A lot of them are Iranians that have been exiled or fled the country because their family's been killed in front of them. Like, dude, everything that Trump could be doing with this fight, he's actively just not doing. There are so many resources around that country that they could be using, and he's using none of it. Why?
Want to do it, but he'll do it if it's necessary. And I think
if necessary,
we got to look at this pain a little different when it comes to economic. Any type of pressure on the people, they don't care about. So when we talk about economic pain, that's not going to impact them. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the economic pain straining their military and them being able to buy weapons and fund their terror proxies, that will hurt them.
And that's what Besant did with crypto.
Bingo. So I think that's what they're focused on right now. You know, there are some reports that the Gulf states may get involved on this next round. I would like to see that happen.
And there are different stories about our depletion of our missile stockpiles. They're worried about, some people are worried about, are we using too many? Do we have enough in our arsenal now of the Patriot interceptors, the Tomahawk cruise? cruise missiles, the Joint Air Surface
I ain't got the patience for it, bro.
Our Secretary of War and General Raising Cane are saying that we are well supplied. The Pentagon is saying that we are well supplied, that our reserves remain robust. And J.D. Vance, our vice president, he was on the Will Cain show and he was talking about our military readiness. Listen to this.
Of course, I'm concerned about, our readiness, because that's my job to be concerned. But I think that Pete Hegseth, our Department of War Secretary, I think General Cain, our Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, they're doing an amazing job. But it's, of course, my job to ask these questions. It's, of course, my job to make sure that we're on top of every issue. And, of course, it's the president's job, too. And I think that both of us are very focused on that. But we've got a great military, a military that can do a lot, Will. So don't believe everything you read, especially in papers like the Atlantic.
This whole mission is for the West.
No, a lot of it has to do with nobody wanted this to begin with. Nobody wanted to get involved with Iran. The fact of the matter is that we got a pussy whip president that started this war and isn't willing to do what it takes to finish it. When we dropped the nukes on Japan, that president was ready to do whatever it takes to win that war. A lot of the citizens that were in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki that got bombed, they didn't ask for that. They weren't soldiers. But whenever you have a civilization like Iran that is using innocent people as human meat shields, you have to show you're unbiased towards everything whenever it comes down to the bottom dollar and the bottom line of everything. Are you willing to destroy, decimate an entire civilization of people in order to finish a war? That's what war is. Nobody likes war, but what are you willing to do to win that bitch? Are you willing to crawl around with 2 busted up legs or no legs at all and continue fighting to your last breath? Or are you just going to sit there whenever the war is lingering on for too long and surrender because the people in question aren't coming to the table? And what are we doing? We have the most advanced military in the entire world. Why the hell are we waiting this long?
And for the Middle East. And what the president's astounded by, I imagine, and all of us should be, is that Europe knows they're in the line of fire. They know they got missiles that can hit their capitals. They know they've let their personal military wither. They know that we're the ones who have to watch their backs, supply the people, supply the weapons.
You're right. They don't need to be dropped. It should be used as a last resort. I don't think we should. I don't think that we will have to. But whenever you fight a foreign country, you got to be ready to do whatever it takes to win. And if you don't go, it's not the whole, oh, we're at war, just drop nukes. No. Are you willing, mentally ready to wipe out an entire civilization if you have to? That's what you need to be thinking of. What are you willing to do to a country if they won't submit?
Not only have they not supported it, they've limited our use of bases in the region. And then for the Chancellor of Germany to say we're being humiliated. If you have a problem with the strategy, you just said you have a great relationship with the president. Call up and say, Mr. President, what's your strategy? Because maybe I can relay it to my people. I'm going to be making a series of speeches. People in Germany are feeling the pinch economically. So I'd like to know what you're doing. That's what allies do. Those statements are now what allies do. That's a guy afraid of his Muslim constituency.
How would we be humiliated? We are trying to make sure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. That was the...
You know why it's humiliating? It's because Trump sat up there and behind a podium for weeks and talked about how they had no missiles, they have no checkpoints, they have no navy, they have nothing, and yet somehow magically there are now mines in the Hormuz. They're shooting ICBMs into fucking Israel, and there are still these quote-unquote peaceful talks after you threaten to blow up needed infrastructure in their country. Yeah, I'd say it don't look good. Because you are showing weakness. You're showing a kink in your armor that says that you're not willing to do what it takes to win this fucking war. The enemies see the hesitation.
mission here to make sure that they hand over their enriched uranium because they said they had enough to build.
It's just like a gladiator duel. Are you willing to die because you didn't slay your enemy that you know is going to get back up and be stronger before? Are you willing to let that happen? Or are you going to slay your enemy on the gladiator floor right there and be done with it?
Was it 9 to 11 nuclear weapons? We can't allow Iran to do that. So we went in and we're trying to stop them. They have a labor crisis now. They've lost 1 million jobs. They have a currency collapse. They have hyperinflation. Food prices have gone through the roof. Chicken is up 75% there. 2 major steel producers are halted now, their production, which means 20 to 30% of Iran's steel export. The strikes have damaged 20.
Oh, W high fives, W100 joules.
Of Iran's total production units. We have not allowed them to trade, not allowed them to ship oil out of their
Look,
ports.
I'm not advocating for nuking a foreign country, but if it comes down to it, then that's what has to be done. We had to do the same thing to Japan with the kamikaze pilots and the a lot of the crazy stuff they did in World War I and World War II that showed that they weren't just going to submit. Like, we had another nuke lined up to drop on them, and we were going to just keep making them until they submitted. If that's what it takes to win a war, then you have to come to terms with that before you start the damn war.
Because we are occupying the Strait of Hormuz. How are we humiliated?
Right.
We look tough.
It's only a matter of time before the president.
I don't think so at all.
Well, the blockade is genius, okay? The blockade has been 100% foolproof. It shows how good our Navy is, I can tell you that. Nobody's going to play games. Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do, just say, we give up. We give up. But their economy is really in trouble. So it's a dead economy.
So I feel so bad for a lot of the Ukraine people. I think that if Russia didn't have nuclear weapons, America would have annihilated Russia for its aggression towards Ukraine. I do. And a lot of that has to do with Vladimir and his bullshit. None of his soldiers are wanting to fight this damn war, and it's showing because they're losing a lot of ground. And I just don't understand why the hell Vladimir couldn't just leave it alone. He couldn't just leave it alone. He couldn't just let the Ukrainians be where they were at. They weren't aggressing on Russia, but Russia just couldn't leave it alone. And the only reason why we're even doing peace talks with that ass clown is because he's got nukes.
From the Oval Office.
That's one of the main reasons why we got to make sure that the Iranian IRGC do not attain these weapons.
Today, Iranian leaders really have to make a decision, and the president's very right about the economic matters inside of Iran.
My heart goes out to every Ukrainian out there that's given their lives to fight for their country. Give them Godspeed, guys. You got this. You do.
Right now.
Y'all are a lot stronger than anything that Russia can throw at you, I promise you. And I know that because I'm seeing it every day whenever I see Russia lose more and more land.
Cost for Iran so far for this war. Through the Strait of Hormuz, during peacetime, more than 80%.
Yeah, and they're not going to get any either.
Of all their commerce, including their oil and their food and their water, went through the Strait of Hormuz. Seaborne trade, 90% of it's now been halted, all right? Daily economic.
Daily. Yo, this country's losing 435 mil a day on that. Holy crap.
Losses almost 450 million a day. In addition, you got inflation up 67% year over year.
1.8 mil to $1 US.
And
bro, I need to go ahead and invest in their money, huh?
US dollar is just crushing the Iranian currency at the moment. You talk about the blockade and the reason why it's working. We're just going to give you a little example here, all right? This is the line that
I don't really care about the money. I think that the money would have been spent regardless because, I mean, they've been doing this for 47 years. We have had to do operations like Midnight Hammer. We've had to bomb them multiple times to keep them from getting nukes. We've had to bomb their scientists multiple times. I don't really care how much money this is taking. What I care about are the Iranian people that are suffering. Every day that this drags on and their economy suffers, they suffer even more. That's what I care about. All because of a handful of people at the top. This is nonsense.
Oman, over the Gulf of Oman. This is the border between Iran and Pakistan, okay? This Chabaha and Jask, all right? Remember what the U.S. Navy said. If you're a seaborne vessel, you cannot go into an Iranian port. If you do, you're going to be met with this blockade. And there is evidence right here as to how that's happening, okay? Here is that bay I mentioned a moment ago. These are 20 vessels right now in real time, as we speak, that are stuck and stranded because they went into this Iranian port. Therefore, if you go back to the map on the blockade, they're sitting right off here off the coast of Iran, and they cannot go anywhere because the U.S. Navy is there to prevent them. So what is the Iranian government doing? There was a terrific piece in the Wall Street Journal a day and a half ago. I
think that's what the idea is they want to, unfortunately, through hunger, force the Iranians to overthrow their own government. Because a lot of them don't really like the IRGC and the regime that's running everything. They're tired of having their family killed, and now they're practically starving to death. I just hope that whatever is going on in Iran, it's good for the Iranians at the end of the day. Like, if it's like short-term pains for long-term gains, then that's great. But if this is just going to be a long-term pain with no actual gain for either the Iranians or the U.S., then, and in my opinion, we should put Trump up for some charges. Because, like, if you want to start a war, that's fine. Well, you got to make damn sure that you're ready to end that war. And know what you're standing for whenever you do it. I like the principle behind the war, but if you're not going to follow through with it, you're a waste of everyone's fucking time, and you're a waste of space. So you can go waste space in jail.
All right. It gives you great insight into how the government's trying to get food into the country, get more supplies in the country, and they're going to places by road and by rail in Turkey, in Armenia, in Azerbaijan.
Nobody's talking about how strong the bombs were. The fact of the matter is that we dropped the bombs. You don't think America hasn't polished its nukes? Since World War II? You don't think that America has built, like, dude, we microwave people standing in the open now. What are you talking about? No one gives a fuck about how strong it is. No one even talked about that. That's how I know that you're not really thinking about this. The mentality is, are you willing to wipe out a civilization of people in order to make sure that yours thrives? Even if people in that civilization don't like their regime. If you're not ready to do that, then don't start the damn war. That's the mentality. Are you ready to nuke something to the point where it's underwater? If not, then don't start the damn war. Why aren't they microwaving people in the open right now then? Because none of them are out in the open. They're all hiding. We don't even know where the Supreme Leader is. You know why? Because they've been kissing a cardboard cutout for the past 2 months. We don't even know if the dude's alive. We don't know who's in charge. You know why? Because we bombed everybody to shit. Like, next to the defected Iraq I learned from him about everything we've done in the Middle East before 9/11. Sometimes I feel like I'm watching a movie I've already seen. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine, honestly.
Also ships, vessels in the Caspian Sea. All right, also here in Pakistan, it was announced this week that they've opened up 6 different routes, 2 by sea and 4 by land, either by road or by rail, to take goods into Iran. And that's what the leadership right now is trying to do, to try and get around this economic stranglehold that Iran finds itself in now. Lucas Tomlinson's been watching that from the beginning. He's back in Dubai to take us through it. And you don't know what's going to give here, Lucas. You know, whether or not the Iranian strength holds on or whether the U.S. grip on that country
I don't think so. I don't think they
ultimately
did.
succeeds. Hello there.
That's right. Good morning, Bill. President Trump says the blockade has been a success for the reasons you just gave. Others say this war is ground to a stalemate despite the 22-day ceasefire. Talks have stalled.
UAE did? Did they really? Why the hell hasn't that been published?
Hormuz remains effectively closed. Now, we just heard from Iran's new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei, posting on X, perhaps somebody else for him, writing, quote, "The U.S.'s presence and establishment in the Persian Gulf is the main source of instability in the region." Now, the Emiratis here with
Really? No shit. Oh well, fuck them. It's not like it matters anyway.
word, Bill, after being on the receiving end of 2,800 drones and missiles, twice the number fired at any other country, including Israel. The UAE announcing plans this week to leave OPEC and pursue free market.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious. Dude, spot on.
Strengthening ties with both the U.S. and Israel. Now, today, there's about 150 oil tankers stuck at anchor in the Persian Gulf. The Supreme Leader's message, the first we have heard from him in about 2 weeks, about as long as the U.S. Navy's blockade of Iran imports in what Iran is calling Persian Gulf National Day today. The Arabs and CENTCOM call it the Arabian Gulf. The shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz has caused the largest oil supply shock in history, according to the Wall Street Journal. Gasoline prices have risen about 40% in the U.S. since the war began 2 months ago. Top Trump officials call it a worthy sacrifice for preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
It's only a worthy sacrifice if you actually overthrow the IRGC. Anything that does not end with the IRGC with an unconditional surrender is unacceptable. And now I already had going into this high expectations that I knew weren't going to get met, and they're still the same. The only way I would consider this a victory is if the IRGC lays down their arms and ends up getting killed by their own citizens with an unconditional surrender. That's it. They don't necessarily have to be killed by their own citizens. That's a them thing. But unconditional surrender, that's the only thing I'd accept out of this war. That's the only true victory that I would see.
After President Trump called off talks in Pakistan last weekend, talks between
anything that leaves the IRGC in charge is a fail. It was all for nothing.
Iran have stalled. Trump wants Iran to pick up the phone. U.S. officials say the blockade will bring Iran to its knees because of the economic destruction you just mentioned inside the country.
And you know what happened? Whenever we dropped the nukes on Japan, it was because they would kamikaze pilot themselves into ships for their emperor. Or they would unhitch grenades and run at American soldiers and blow themselves up and the soldier they attached themselves to. There are stories of American troops that would say that they would be flipping over bodies to make sure that the Japanese were dead. And then whenever their friends would do it, that they would automatically set off a bunch of grenades that would kill them. You would have the generals that would kill themselves whenever they were losing ground in combat, like what happened on Hacksaw Ridge. You don't go to the table and make deals with them. You drop the sun over their civilization until they submit. And then they become your greatest ally like Japan did. They want to preach to their God, and when you crack the sun over their civilization, they realize that maybe there's something that might be just a little bit less powerful, but just as powerful as God. If that's what it takes, then you should have had that mentality when you started this fucking war. Don't tell me it can't be done, because it can be done. Japan is a prime witness to that.
country on the heels of those 13,000 American airstrikes. Critics say Iran has a higher pain tolerance than the U.S., and Iran thinks it's the U.S. economy that will feel the pressure because of the higher gas prices, fertilizer, and other commodities. Now, Pakistan, another country, says has brokered the U.S.-Iranian talks recently, announced it has designated 6 corridors, ports, and land borders to allow Iranian goods to pass through its country without restriction. And we're just getting ready to hear from War Secretary Pete Hegseth and Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff General Dan Kane returning to Capitol Hill this time to face a Senate panel. Expected to be pretty noisy in there, Bill.
Okay, good stuff. Lucas, well done. In Dubai.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that, like, dude, when Bush was president, gas was fucking expensive, bro. Like, I remember my mom being like, God damn, like I used to see like almost $6 a gallon. It was rounding that corner. So, like, I kind of know where you're coming from, because I had said that whenever I started to cover this a while ago. I was like, well, how are so many people just freaking out over the gas prices? Like, compared to what they used to be, what I've seen, what I grew up around, they're pretty damn cheap. I mean, all things considered.
Tomlinson on all of that. Thank you. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest.
Now about this. Operation Epic Fury. Here we go. President Trump is warning Iran to get smart soon as U.S. forces maintain the blockade of the Strait. And
the commander-in-chief is now weighing next steps and will reportedly be briefed on new military options today.
All right, let's go to Brian. Yenis, he's live in Tel Aviv with the latest. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Well, for now, President Trump has opted to extend the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports, calling the blockade, quote, genius and foolproof in crippling Iran's economy. But the president is also warning Iran that he is weighing another wave of military strikes, warning them to, quote, get smart soon and agree to a deal that ends its nuclear weapons program.
Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do. Just say, we give up. When you have to fly 18 hours every time you want to have a meeting, and you know what the meeting's all about, and you know they're going to give you a piece of paper that you don't like before you even leave. It's ridiculous. They've come a long way. The question is whether or not they're going to go far enough. So at this moment, there will never be a deal unless they agree that there will be no nuclear weapons.
Axios reports the president is set to be briefed this morning on military options. Quote, CENTCOM has prepared a plan for a short and powerful wave of strikes in Iran, likely including infrastructure.
Yeah, I mean, like, J.D. Vance had to fly all the way over to the Middle East just to secure a deal that never happened. Like, I just, man.
Targets in hopes of breaking the negotiating deadlock, 3 sources with knowledge said. Now, the hope would be that Iran would then return to the negotiating table, showing more flexibility on the nuclear issue. Now, several military options reportedly also include taking over part of the Strait of Hormuz to reopen it to shipping, potentially with ground troops, or using special forces to secure Iran's stockpile of highly...
Why haven't you already done that? Why hasn't this already been in the backdrop of conversations? Why are you waiting until now? This should have already been done. Like, you should have the president should have already been briefed with a plan of action, what to do if this doesn't work. Like, he shouldn't be doing it now. He should be saying we're following through with the plan that we came up with prior to this ceasefire. What the hell are they doing? Are they on vacation or something?
Also looking at deploying hypersonic missiles for the first time. Bloomberg reports...
Ooh, hypersonic missiles. That sounds scary.
Bloomberg reports that CENTCOM has asked to deploy the Dark Eagle hypersonic missile to the Middle East in response to Iran moving its ballistic missile launchers further out of range. Meanwhile, in Iran, large crowds gathered in Tehran Wednesday against the U.S. and Israel. Iranian officials insist that Iran can withstand the U.S. blockade and is warning of, quote, unprecedented military action if the blockade continues. Iran's parliamentary speaker, Mohammad Bagher Kalibaf, is even mocking U.S. claims that its oil infrastructure is on the verge of exploding as it runs out of oil storage, writing on X, quote, 3 days in, no well exploded. We could extend to 30 days and live stream the well here. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kane, will testify in front of the Senate Armed Services Committee, day 2 of what's expected to be more heated exchanges about the war in Iran with Democrats. Guys.
Yeah, well, thanks so much, Brian. So the markets don't love the fact that the president's released the fact that we have a plan. Maybe hit him for another 10 days and using our hypersonic missile cache. But I think Scott Bessent has the most interesting attack plan that could bring them down financially. They were already on huge inflation problems, the diminishment of their currency, the real. They were already having huge problems, the heavily sanctioned, but now Scott Bessent has now seized $350 million in crypto, $100 million just last week.
Damn.
Overall, they've taken and frozen between 450 and 500 million in crypto. That's what these criminal groups and these criminal governments try to do.
Yeah, they use the crypto.
So now they're using crypto. Ha! What the fuck?
You know, it's harder to trace. They buy weapons with that crypto. They use it for trafficking organizations as well. Here's Scott Bessent talking about the plan.
It was that pressure that brought the Iranian economy to a standstill in December that led to the protest. The largest bank in Iran collapsed. The central bank had to
How's it going, Magic Man?
debt, and that created massive
it's been a little bit
inflation.
since I've seen you here, huh?
Is down
How's
about
going?
60 or 70% versus the U.S. dollar. So they're in the middle of a currency crisis. And what we're doing now is, you know, we've been in a long race and we are sprinting for the finish line. President Trump told me 3 weeks ago to.
I think it's just a couple extra steps. And maybe he misspoke. It's a little harder, but it's not impossible to do. There's no way you can tell me that the United States government can't figure out how. I mean, well, funny enough, I mean, it's obvious that that's what they're doing. That's why they know they're doing that. Because if they didn't know they were doing that, they wouldn't have said it. That, my friends, looks like a catch-22. Well, it's harder to trace, so they don't know where they're getting the money from, but the crypto, it's like, dude, you just said where they were getting it from.
Up the pressure again, and we have gone to the buyers of Iranian oil and told them that we are willing to do secondary sanctions on your industries, on your banks who tolerate Iranian oil in their system.
For instance,
well, it's kind of like the VPN stuff. Like, people think that because you're on a VPN and you're on an incognito window that you can't be traced, and it's like, no, it's just an extra step. Like, they can still trace you. It's just an extra step. It's not as crazy as you think. It's that misinterpretation that they're counting on.
On China, they're facing severe secondary sanctions for handling Iranian oil payments. He mentioned the currency collapse. There's also a labor crisis. 1 million jobs have been lost. There's hyperinflation. Food prices are skyrocketing. The cost of chicken is up 75%, for example. 2 major steel producers have halted production. That's destroyed 20 to 30% of Iran's steel output. And strikes have damaged 20,000 different factories. That's 20% of Iran's total production units.
You just get the impression, Brian, and the president has more information than we do. He has all the intelligence. He's looking at the full plan, that he's waiting for something. I don't know what it is, what it could be.
Something, yeah, he's waiting on something. Nobody knows. I mean, something has to be going on behind the closed doors. Let's be honest with everything here. There's literally no way that something isn't being cooked up in the back of the stage. You know what I'm saying? There is a reason why he stopped bombing them for whatever reason. There's a reason why we're taking so damn long. I just hope that whatever it is a good reason and it gets the outcome that I'm looking for when it comes to this war. Seriously.
Possibly. But the Iranians have shown that they really don't want to negotiate. The IRGC seems to be running the show. The political leadership can say whatever they want to say. The IRGC, they want to fight. And the president has the blockade. The military assets continue to move toward the region. It's just a matter of time before we go back to those operations. What the president knows, what he's waiting for, I don't know. But I do trust him to make the right decision.
I think that he is talking to them. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. And there's not going to be a visit, so don't wait for a big visit. He's like, I'm not sending my people 18 hours so you give me a piece of paper that I can't use.
Yeah, pretty much. Like and subscribe. I mean, they're doing the same thing they've done for 47 years. They're just... It's the same shit. Asia troop, Darrow down.
President Trump is now threatening to pull U.S. troops out of Germany as
please do it.
NATO nations continue to fall short on helping with Iran. It comes as Iran's supreme leader issues new threats against the United States. Senior White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich joins us now with the latest. Hey, Jackie.
Good morning, Ainsley. More than 1/5 of U.S. active duty troops that are based overseas are based in Germany. And now the president is threatening a drawdown after sparring with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz over Iran. He posted this: the United States is studying and reviewing a possible reduction of troops in Germany with a determination to be made over the next short period of time. Thank you for your attention to this matter. His frustration bubbled over on Tuesday.
Look, man, you can say, well, you know, our religion says that we'll never give up to you. Oh, yeah? He's dead now. Who's next in line? Well, I say the same. You're dead now, too. Who's next in line? You want to come to the table? You want to talk? You want to negotiate? I believe, okay, you're dead now, too. You're gonna go down the line and you're going to find that one leader that doesn't want to die. It's all fun and games and it's all hype until I'll die for my cause until people start dying. You know what I'm saying?
When he posted, the Chancellor of Germany, Friedrich Merz, thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. He doesn't know what he's talking about. If Iran had a nuclear weapon, the whole world would be held hostage. I'm doing something with Iran right now that other nations or presidents should have done long ago. No wonder Germany is doing so poorly, both economically and otherwise. This was all in response to what Merz said.
By the way, if you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. I'm here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Every day, even on the weekends. So please stick around. We do this every day. Every single day.
Words said this.
We're running a little later today because the internet, which, by the way, is still acting a little weird. I don't think it's the internet. I updated this desktop yesterday, and it's been completely shitting the bed. So I'm going to have to revert some of the updates whenever I get off. But, yeah.
Keine Strategie. The Americans clearly have no strategy. An entire nation is being humiliated by the Iranian state leadership, especially by these so-called revolutionary guards.
The chancellor is trying to smooth things over, saying his relationship with President Trump remains.
And that's the mentality that I was talking about. When you start a war with a civilization, are you ready to vaporize that civilization in order to reign supreme? Because if you're not, then don't start the war. That's what I was talking about right there.
Good. He's just been clear about his doubts on the war since the beginning. He added that Germany must live up to its leading role militarily in Europe. The president says all this could go away if Iran would cry uncle and agree to end their nuclear program. A written statement from the supreme leader this morning, though, says Iran is not backing down, vowing to protect its nuclear program as a national asset and saying, quote, the only place Americans belong.
No, I'm on Windows 10. My desktop, I have to change. It can run Windows 11, but this desktop is fucking it's not that old. I built it whenever, like, it's got two 2080 Ti's, it's got a godlike Z390 motherboard, it's got, like, the best of the best, like an i9 9900K, whenever it was the thing, right? But, like, I'd have to change some settings in the BIOS, and then I would have to worry about losing all of my information to update to Windows 11, and I'm just like, dude, I'm not doing that. I don't want to have to, like, restructure this entire desktop because of that. I just don't want to.
Gulf is at the bottom of the waters as the Strait of Hormuz remains in Tehran's chokehold. President Trump has softened his tone with other NATO allies like the UK after he met with the royal family, King Charles and Queen Camilla, this week. But he's also remained vocal about his angst over
Do you have anything to add to anything that I've been saying all morning? Or are you just here to be an annoyance and a nuisance? Call to Jimmy Snow's show or politics is completely deplorable. I agree. This is nuts. What are we gonna do with this guy? He seems like an idiot. He seems kind of dumb. He seems kind of dumb. What are we gonna do with this guy? Because that is what the channel he watches does to us. What? It looks like you are. It looks like you're cooked, man. No, I think it was up to channel, bro. Yeah, it looks like you are banned.
Prime Minister.
Chat decided your fate. Chat has chosen.
Keir Starmer's resistance to helping the U.S. in this war. Today, the president's going to be briefed on potential.
No, he had other stuff. He called me an idiot as well. He had other stuff. He was saying other things that were quite annoying. So,
military action plans by the CENTCOM commander, but according to reports, he's already expressed a preference for an extended naval blockade, saying that it is more effective at degrading Iran's oil revenue and fracturing what's left of the regime. Ainsley.
Okay, thank you, Jackie.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
There are some people that I don't give that time to. But some of them I will. Ooh, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's something more important than that. Hold on. Let me see something. What is this?
First, we start with President Trump, reportedly set to be briefed by CENTCOM on new military action against Iran. Madeline Rivera has all of those details in Washington. Hi, Maddie.
Yo, W100 Jules, W100 Jules. By the way, oh, damn, I didn't even see the gift. Dude, what the fuck? Why didn't it show the gift? What the hell? When did the gift get here? Oh, it was the high five. Yeah, W high five, W high five. W high fives, W Jules. I wasn't to, I am or not. I got shocked with stuff you told me. I looked correct everything I was told. I don't, like, if that's the reason why I pull people up. Oh, yo, W statue. W gift, like, I pull people up because I want to know the right information. But if all they do is call me names, then I can't do anything with that. I want to bring the truth out. That's what I want. I want to do that thing. That's what I want to do. I don't want to build anything on false. And I have corrected myself multiple times when I've gotten something wrong on stream. If I get something wrong, I apologize. It happens. So what happens when you talk about breaking news stuff? All I can do is guess or guesstimate or come to my own conclusion. But what I'm not going to do is take information and disregard it. That is what I won't do. I won't stand for that. I'm not okay with that.
Satisfied with the state of negotiations in Iran to the point that he pulled out of those second round of expected talks between U.S. and Iranian officials in Pakistan over the weekend. He says Iran has come a long way, but indicates they have not gone far enough. Now, Axios reports CENTCOM has prepared a plan for a short and powerful wave of strikes on Iran, likely including infrastructure targets, in hopes of breaking the negotiating deadlock, 3 sources with knowledge said. The hope would be that Iran would then return to the negotiating.
Hey, man, it's okay. It happens. And I'm sure that I'm going to get some stuff wrong. But I want people to tell me if I get the damn thing wrong. I don't want to be called a name. I want to be informed. My intent and my interest is in the betterment of America. If we started this war with Iran and it was just going to end up like another 20-year Iraq war, they need to take Trump's sorry ass and put him in jail. That's what they need to do. If that was the original intent for this, they need to take him and charge him for every murder and everything and put his ass in jail. But if the goal is to get rid of the IRGC and make Iran, like, blow that place up, and then we can help them rebuild and make that country even better than what it once was prior to this administration. That's what I want. I want to help the Iranian people. I don't care about the IRGC. I want people to get informed, listen to both sides, make your own conclusions.
Flexibility.
That's what I want.
Issue. But when asked Wednesday if he's considering more strikes, the president did not commit, at least publicly. He touts his blockade of Iranian ships.
If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream, check out the channel membership. I'm here every single day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, unless it's the day. We're going to watch this and one more little Fox News video, and then we're probably going to roll out of here because I got to figure out what the fuck is going on with my desktop. Hopefully I can figure it out, and I can go live tomorrow without having to buy a brand new PC. Which I can't afford, by the way. Them RAM prices are outrageous. But yeah, please stick around. I'm here every day. Every day I'm live.
Lee sees that as his most effective source of leverage against the regime.
Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do. Just say, we give up. When you have to fly 18 hours every time you want to have a meeting, and you know what the meeting's all about. And you know they're going to give you a piece of paper that you don't like before you even leave. It's ridiculous. They've come a long way. The question is whether or not they're going to go far enough. So at this moment...
That's the one thing they have to agree to. No nukes. No nukes. That's the one fucking thing that they just won't agree to. No nukes.
There will never be a deal unless they agree that there will be no nuclear weapons.
But Iran's parliament speaker is mocking the U.S. strategy, saying 3 days in, no well exploded. We could extend to 30 and live stream the well here. That was the kind of junk advice the U.S. administration gets from people like Bessent, who also pushed the blockade theory and cranked oil up to more than $120. Next stop, $140. The issue isn't the theory, it's the mindset. Axios reports other options the president is considering include taking over part of the Strait of Hormuz to reopen it to commercial shipping and using special forces to secure Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium if Iran does not strike a deal. Todd and Carly.
Maddie, thanks.
They won't. They won't strike a deal. They're not going to.
In just a few hours.
So here we go. We got the guy that
President Trump over the weekend.
Hold on, what the hell is that? God damn, Grady Judd got another one, boys. Grady Judd, sex trafficking Santa arrested and sting. Holy crap, dude. Grady Judd is on a roll. Go get him, Grady. Yo, W. Grady Judd.
Weekend is set to appear in court as new photos reveal the suspect
set to appear in court. Hell no, he don't need to go to court. They caught him on camera doing what he was doing. They've got dozens of eyewitnesses that seen what he was doing. He made social media posts. He has a oh my God, what is that called? Where you write it up and you oh, for fuck's sake. Bro, what's it called? Manifesto. Thank you, manifesto. He has a manifesto saying what he was gonna do. Put this guy in capital punishment. What are we doing?
Smiling with guns.
He even fired a shot at a police officer and he sent him to the hospital. Like
just minutes before the attack. Janley Painter here with the details. Jan.
Hey Todd, good morning. So at today's detention hearing, prosecutors will ask the judge to keep Cole Allen behind bars while he awaits charges on.
Did he make a video? He made a game. He made a video game. Really?
To assassinate the president. In new court filings, prosecutors include this selfie. Allen
Grady Judd is awesome. Yes, he is. He is sheriff. Sorry about that.
The attack. The 31-year-old is seen smiling with at least one knife strapped to his body, as well as a leather bag with ammunition. Prosecutors say that shortly before taking the pictures, Allen visited a
The GOAT. The GOAT. Is that new? Oh, damn. Did I get something else too? Oh, five gaming Wade gifted member. Oh, dude, I didn't even see that. Beastie Boy W5 5 gifted. What the hell's going on with these notifications? None of this is popping up on the other feed. None of this is popping up. Oh, I can heart this. I can heart that gift. Wait a minute. Hold on. But I can't heart that. I can heart the gifts, but I can't heart the gifted memberships. Who thought this was a good idea at YouTube? Without owning thousands, just another country that pays for university, that's third level education. Dear Americans, want to save people with a $7, the fuck? Rule ye, you're all, dude, what a weirdo. Do you have anything, do you have any counter arguments? Your ignorance is hilarious. It's better than America. Now shut the fuck up. Nothing is better than America. America's the best country in the world. I'm sorry that you live in a third world shithole and you wish you were in America. A lot of people do. Maybe you should fix your own country and make it like America, because we all know that's what other countries want to do. What are we gonna do with this person? I gotta set my dictatorship mindset down and let you guys have some fun every now and then, huh? You don't have anything to say? I pull you up and now you roach out? What's the matter? The light got shined on you and you can't handle it now? What happened? You were talking all kinds of shit. You was chirping up a storm up until I pulled you up. And now you roach out. Why does that seem to be the theme here? Bro, that person is so cooked. 83%, 80. Ooh, it's getting there. Name calling is what a bunch of kids do whenever they can't agree on anything. Oh, but you're wrong about this thing and you're dumb. You're wrong about this thing and you're dumb. Okay, well, what am I wrong about? What makes me so quote-unquote gullible? Do you have any information that will lead to a different outcome of what I'm saying? Maybe think about that. It looks like this person's just cooked. End poll. 71% cooked. Completely cooked. Completely done. Gonzo. Melted. Annihilated. Non-assimilated. Deported. What else we got? Sent to the Shadow Realm.
Number of websites confirming the president's presence at the dinner, and before making his way downstairs and charging a security checkpoint with a shotgun, handgun, and multiple knives. Here you can see a close-up of the many weapons Allen had on him. Investigators say Allen fired a single shot.
Excommunicated, that's another one.
In the direction of the ballroom before being tackled and arrested. They also say a Secret Service agent was hit before returning 5 shots.
Publicly removed.
Which did not strike anyone. While the court filings are unclear on how the agent was struck, according to a report from CBS, that agent was not hit by friendly fire.
Do you expect any changes to U.S. Secret Service moving forward?
Exiled to the wastelands, that's a good one.
Yesterday, Vice President J.D. Vance, who of course was at Saturday's dinner, told
that's a good one,
Sean, how well he thought the Secret Service performed. Watch.
Those are some big ass dudes, man. Those guys are just freaking huge.
The thing that I really gained an appreciation for was what an amazing
I've been wanting to do that for days.
Job the agents of the Secret Service do. You saw they went right to me. They went right to the President of the United States. They put their lives in harm's way. It's easy to forget that the reason they're there.
Bro, you realize that shooter got yeeted back to the lobby? Bro thought he was going to join a Call of Duty match. And then he thought that was his ping running through the lobby. And then he just got stopped and sent back to the lobby.
Is for nights like what happened Saturday night. So I just feel very grateful to them and very grateful for what they do. And frankly, grateful to God that agent who was shot was not seriously hurt.
And
Bro, he did. He went out butt naked, face down. They stripped him of everything and he went out butt naked, face down. Man, oh man.
He's also reporting that sources tell them that not only was that shot that struck the Secret Service agent not friendly fire, it was also likely that it hit his cell phone that was tucked inside a pocket of his bulletproof vest. And of course, thankfully, that agent was not seriously hurt. Carly, I'll send it over to you.
My goodness, a bulletproof vest and a well-placed cell phone. All of this could have been so much worse. Chanley Painter live for us. Chanley, thank you. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney David Gelman. David, great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, describe to me, criminal defense attorney, how cooked this individual is. I wish to know how much fuckery has happened to this individual since he's been arrested and how fucked he is.
He hasn't entered a plea yet, the suspect. If it is not guilty.
Plea.
I mean, how do you defend against something like this?
You don't. You just go to jail. You just disregard whatever his plea is and you send him to jail for the maximum sentence. It should be capital punishment, public capital punishment, but I mean, you want to sit there and try to assassinate the president of the United States? I think no holds bars, honestly. I mean, like,
it's not a great photo at all.
I don't even care who the president is. Could have been Biden, could have been Kamala, could have been Trump. I don't care. Don't do it.
Shouldn't be using that.
Just don't do it.
But if you
it's 2.5 years. You threw away your whole damn life for 2.5 years. You damn sure shouldn't be a teacher.
About it, this all shows that number one, this is premeditated. This was just a horrible act to begin with, and he took steps to make sure that he got close enough to the president and other members of the cabinet to try to actually execute his disgusting, horrible plan. So I don't know how you're going to be able to defend against it. He's probably going to use some type of mental issue. I don't think that's going to be able to work, though, because of the preparation that he did.
So what has Trump done that made him like Hitler? Name one thing that Trump has done that is like Hitler. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you till 12. Name one thing that Donald Trump has done that was like Hitler. Nothing? Nothing at all. We wasted a whole minute on this guy, and they don't even have anything else to say. Trump wears shoes and Hitler did too. That's a clever one. That's a clever one. That's clever. I've been said that This is the only time you've ever chatted in this entire stream. Ever. Since the history of the channel. You've said 2 comments in the entire history of this channel. You know what it would look like if you were here every day? It would look like this. I would have a list of all the streams. I would be able to click into the individual streams and see everything you've said. You've said 2 comments this entire time. So based on that, I can tell you that you're lying. You starting everything off with a lie because I don't know. Like, you're daft. I'm daft? I'm daft, huh? Now 4 things. I've been said that. Maybe I have a job, my boy. What the fuck? Bro, you gotta stop reading those communist books at whatever education system you're at, bro. You got to. You gotta stop reading the communist books. It's bad for your health. You over there trying to think and you're polluting the goddamn atmosphere, bro. Stop trying to think. You over there polluting more and killing the ozone with every thought that you try to think than the cows are on the planet. Stop it. You killing everybody, bro. Stop doing it. The gas that's coming out of you.
Service agent is now being reported as not coming from friendly fire. That's how it's being worded right now. Dive into that and how that impacts things.
Well, it's going to be kind of big because think about it. He's the one who actually used a shot. All right, he shot.
It's most likely something weird. I don't know. It's something weird going on. I'm gonna have to revert some stuff whenever I end stream.
I think what 6 times they're saying, and that wasn't friendly fire, which is good because that was always the question in the beginning. Was this a friendly fire? Because you saw multiple agents were using their guns as well to try to stop this individual.
Yeah, potentially 1 round from him and then 5 or 6 from the Secret Service agents in response to that. His court appearance today, what's going to happen?
So it's a detention hearing. Now, if I'm the defense attorney, I'm probably going to just waive it. But I don't know what his public defender is going to do because there is no way he is going to be able to get out of jail.
Hey, he wrote an entire paper saying exactly what he was going to do. He cooked himself.
Out of the detention facility because the
I've never understood manifestos. Like, wouldn't that piss more people off? Let's say you were an assassin and you didn't leave a manifesto and you actually achieved what you wanted. Wouldn't that make more people angry if they didn't know why you did it? Like, why would you, like, maybe I shouldn't say that.
I'm going to be looking at number 1.
Because I'm going to give some idiot an idea.
I think the answer is very clear. He tried to assassinate the president and other cabinet officials. So I think the threat level is incredibly high. So I don't think there is any way that he is going to be getting out today.
The other thing that we want to talk to you about is James Comey, because he turned himself in yesterday and appeared in federal court after being charged with that 8647 Instagram post. Here's what the president said about the charge. Watch this.
People like Comey have created tremendous danger, I think, for politicians and others.
So he did not enter a plea yesterday. How do you see this one playing out?
So, Carly, it's going to be interesting. James Comey, he's obviously a professional. He's an attorney, and
That's true. Narcissistic, doing narcissistic, you know, you're actually onto something there. You're absolutely right. Narcissist doing narcissistic things equals manifesto. That's probably pretty damn spot on, isn't it? Actually.
Very good attorneys with them. They didn't do a plea for a reason. They want to see what the evidence is because they don't have the evidence yet. And we don't have the evidence. We don't know what's going on. This is going to be a very long case, in my opinion. But the government has a ton of evidence. They got witnesses. They've gone through the.
Knowing them, they'll probably let him out on bail. They'll give him like bond and they'll let him bail out of like $1,000 and they'll keep him on house arrest for like 2 months and then not even bother to monitor the house arrest.
Phones and records, and they did a 10-month investigation on James Comey. At the end of the day, I think James Comey is going to have a lot of issues.
Wow, so there's going to be even more evidence and pictures and statements other than that beach post that we've all seen.
This is just the beginning.
Wow. So obviously we have free speech in this country. Violent rhetoric does not cover that, but I think
yes, every single station should be saying that as well. If you're advocating for violence or death of somebody, that is not covered under free speech. It never has, and it never will be.
Question would be, would that fall under the violent rhetoric that free speech doesn't cover?
I think it does. Now, look, you're going to have to look at, or a jury's going to have to look at, if you think about it, would a reasonable person believe that 8647 is violent rhetoric? Would that incite violence? Now, in my opinion, yes, I think it certainly would, because anybody in the right mind knows, what does 86 mean? It means to get off, it means to kill. All right, and he can't say, oh, I just happened to see this on a beach walking down there one day. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Okay, got it. All right, David.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Thank you so much for joining.
It does. Showing weapons violates YouTube's terms of service, but it's okay because, like, I'm really, like, keeping an eye on that kind of stuff now. So, like, anytime I'm not, like, cognitively thinking about it, just let me know. But, like, as long as it looks blurred out or you really can't tell what it is, it's not YouTube's terms of... It is YouTube's terms of service, but the issue is that the AI system is what's doing that. So as long as it's not blatantly obvious what it is, and it's not on a bad day, and my hair isn't flipped to the left or the right specifically, and the wind doesn't course through my veins, and I don't get like an injection of fucking, I don't know, fruit or something, then I won't get a suspension, but on other days I might. It's all, like, AI holds the key to all.
Joining us on both stories.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.
All right. So we are going to roll up out of here because I got to make some videos. I'm probably only going to do like 2 videos and 2 shorts because I got to figure out what's going on with OBS. Fuck is going on, dude? I don't know what the fuck. Dude, it is bouncing around all over the place. I have no idea what's going on with OBS. I'm going to uninstall some things that I installed yesterday and hope that that fixes it. I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. If you're new here, sub to the channel, hit like on the stream. Check out the videos and the shorts that I upload. You don't necessarily have to watch them because they're from the stream. Don't worry about if you miss a stream. The streams are always up unless they get a suspension. I mean, what's weird is that the shorts feed got struck earlier this week, but the main channel, the big 1920 by 1080, didn't get the same suspension. That one is still up to this day on the fucking stream, on the streaming side of it. So you can view that anytime you want. We are going to be rolling up out of here. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Hopefully I can figure out what the hell is causing this on this desktop and fix it. Not that one. What's going on here? We'll do that one. W viewers, W channel members, W donos, W gifted. Please keep showing up. We're here every day. If for whatever reason the stream on YouTube is down, I will always be live on a different channel, like Kick, Twitch, X, Rumble. I didn't do it today for Rumble and X because obviously I'm having a lot of fucking problems right now. I don't know why. But I will see you beautiful people tomorrow, bright and early. Please stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Stay away from crazy people. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change the whole day or their whole life. You never know. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Please hit sub. Please sub. W chat, by the way. W chat.